Swiveler. I got a treat for you. A new song by
East 95.
On the drums. On the drums. Old Space Dust Daddy himself. And we're gonna kick off with a drum solo.
Zoom!
Go, go, boom, boom.
Drum solo? Who, me? Alone?
Sure, you. You can do it. Go get him, Dad.
How like they were talking about being sucked into the black hole, and right before it gets to the point where you would become just a single particle, it expands again on the other side. And that's what they were saying. It could quite possibly be portals to other dimensions because of that.
Oh,
or
dude,
other parts of the universe.
There's
Definitely.
white holes.
Definitely.
Black hole,
shoots
black hole,
out.
black hole.
Yeah, but okay, so it on the
I'm
one
just saying
side
that's
of it,
what
it's
they're
sucking shit in, and it's a black hole. But on the other side, it's spitting shit out. So
Yeah, it'd be a white
Yeah.
hole.
light would be coming out of it instead of being sucked into it.
That's true.
So it could
Well,
be
what
the sun.
makes a white hole?
What if
Sun.
it was the sun?
Yeah, sun. What if suns are like the opposite end of black holes?
Yeah, what if
That's
they
what's
are?
fueling suns.
That's what are fueling suns. Black holes behind them.
Yeah, it's pulling
Oh,
energy.
in the center of it.
Pulling in
Sucking
energy
in
from a
energy and
different
shooting it
universe.
Hydrogen's
Linking.
pushing something.
What?
That, you can't know
No,
that.
but if there's a
Yeah, but there
dude,
could be
there's a
hydrogen coming out of
there's
the
a
black hole.
spiral. There's a spiral in the
that,
sun.
That very well might be where hydrogen, it might be where hydrogen.
Maybe
Things are
that's
created
That's maybe
in
that.
black
Wait,
hole
wait.
and
Maybe that's a
released on
good
the white
way to
hole.
think of the forces behind it. Like,
I want to fuck a black
like
white
the
hole.
undermining
What?
forces are like from a
different
different universe.
I'm on
Dude.
Facebook.
Me and Davey going to
Get
that.
off of it.
Me and Davey
You
are going
can't-
to the fucking rub and tug.
I'm not really.
We're going to the rub and tug. You coming?
No.
Where's this?
Really?
Are you recording?
It's not recording.
Bad recording.
Oh, okay, nice.
Oh no, you got to delete that.
Oh, now that this is getting deleted, this is fucking gold
This
right
is
here.
gold.
You got to
This
delete
is-
that.
I
can't.
shouldn't even said I was recording because it was so good.
Why would you even do that?
It's so good.
Rita, are you gonna
now
sit down
Steph's
and
gonna be so
podcast,
mad
or are
at
you just
me.
gonna
I'm
fucking?
gonna pace around like a crazy man.
Yeah,
for a
you're
little
gonna
bit.
pace around, or
like a
the fuck?
rabbit.
All right, we got the round table going on,
Don't
guys.
worry
If you haven't
about it.
figured it out,
We never do.
it's Brandon
I mean,
Carroll.
everyone knows what goes down in the center of the
Yeah,
universe.
we're back
Dominic
here with the Twin
and
Links
Reda.
Roundtable
So-
cast. Twin Links Roundtable cast one.
Round table cast 1. It's gonna be fucking epic, as you can tell. It's already starting off good.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, but we were. I can't believe
We're
we
all-
just got on the topic of suns getting sucked, white holes being suns in
Suns.
different dimensions.
It's an
What the
interesting.
fuck?
And Monica,
It's interesting to bring
Monica
up.
Lewinsky's at the other end of that sun. Just
Oh,
sucking shit
yeah,
down.
just
Sucking shit down.
sucking
Bill
so
Clinton
much
was
dick.
a lucky man.
Yep. Indeed.
Did you see that like in his book that he said like he went on record saying he had like over 100 mistresses or some shit?
Nice.
His
Are you
lip
fucking
did.
kidding me?
Yeah, over
That's
100.
awesome.
Over 100.
Wasn't there a lot of
badass.
conspiracies about?
That's a true
Didn't,
bit.
And
Don,
those are
weren't
the
you
ones
telling
he's
me a lot of
willing to admit
conspiracies
to.
about
Massive amount of conspiracies
about
around
his
Clintons.
girls getting killed or
A bunch of
and
people.
all the
No, no, no.
people?
There-
all the people
there's a
linked?
Clinton body
period.
count.
Clinton period.
Yeah, there's
is
a body count.
He's a conspiracy, dude. Because when he was the governor of Alabama, dude, he was the one bringing 90% of all the cocaine from Colombia in. It was landing in his state. He was controlling the airfield. Dude, he got caught for it. He was on trial for it. This was all before he became president.
Really?
Yeah.
I knew nothing.
How
of
come
that.
I never heard of that?
90%.
That's not even on Wikipedia, is it?
No, it's not. Fuck no. Fuck no. Dude, 90%
How
of
could the
all the
trial of a
cocaine.
governor not
Be public
yeah,
The
knowledge?
trial of our
governor
president.
of Arkansas?
Yeah, but no, he was
That
a
guy-
governor
he was
at the time.
president
so-
when he got
No, he was
arrested?
still governor of Arkansas.
You're
at the
claiming
time.
Bill Clinton got arrested for drug trafficking. Is what you're
Yeah,
saying.
that's what you're trying to say.
It was acquitted. It was
You're
acquitted
saying
on
Bill
a technicality.
Clinton.
It was acquitted on a technicality. Go look
Hey, a
this
win's
up.
a win, bitch.
Go
Doesn't
look
really
this
matter
up.
how you lose.
Go look
Mena-
it up. Go look up yourself.
Mena, Arkansas. Look up this town, Mena, Arkansas. 90% of all the cocaine from Colombia. When Bill Clinton was senator
I'm doing it right now.
in Arkansas.
Governor?
Yep, governor. Did I say senator? Governor. Governor of Arkansas. Right before he became president.
That's
Dude,
that's
that's
pretty
nuts.
crazy.
And he wasn't even gonna become president, dude. Fucking Ross Perot's gonna be president. But then fucking the United States government, the CIA, the FBI, everyone shut him down, dude. Everyone shut him down. Everyone
keep
shut
that
him down.
two-party system.
Dude, he was on national television. He had his own television show on prime time, talking to the nation and telling them what's fucked up and what he can actually do to change it. What he can actually do.
A
You know what I'm
CIA.
saying?
Wait, Nina, Alabama?
No, I have it right
It's-
here. What really
No,
happened?
Nina,
the
Arkansas,
forbidden
or is it
knowledge
Nina,
protocol.
Alabama? It might be Alabama.
Bill
Brandon, get
Clinton,
off that
CIA, drugs for guns.
I'm on Google, bitch.
Oh,
I got it right now,
I
dude.
thought you were playing Pokemon.
No, I'm
over
not
there.
playing Pokemon
He was
anymore.
playing
But
Pokemon.
I
up
was
till like
actually
30 seconds
until
ago.
by
The,
until we talked
the
about
CIA
this shit.
laundered millions in drug profits from MENA
Yep.
and paid for Clinton's '92 election campaign.
If you have an
Yep.
Android phone,
Yep.
I
Dude,
recommend
it's
you
deep.
download.
Dude, it's so
There's
deep.
a bunch of
John Game Boy
sketchy looking
emulator.
websites that have it. I mean, they claim to be legit, but
Dude,
look,
the
they even have a Venn diagram of like where the cocaine was flowing through and how it
Yep.
all came through Bill Clinton.
I like Venn
Yep.
diagram.
Wow.
Dude,
The
it's so
crimes
deep.
of Mima.
Dude, there's a documentary. It's called like Capturing Clinton or something.
Really?
Clinton. Yeah, it's all about this and all about how everything was, dude. Everything was
Check
planned.
it out.
It was all planned, dude.
Check it
Everything.
out.
Hey, didn't you see it, Ryan, in that book that I gave you, the Bill Clinton body count?
Yeah, I was looking through that. There was like all these different cases of people
All the
going down.
whistleblowers.
Like tons of people that were
whistleblowers, all the different like girls
Ron
he was
Brown's the
sleeping
most
with.
famous.
Yeah.
though.
Dude,
Yeah.
planes went down, got shot, bullet holes. They don't know why. Like short story, long story short.
Don't fuck with Bill
Conspiracy.
Clinton.
The Clinton
Seriously.
body
Don't
count.
fuck
Do
with,
not
don't
fuck
fuck with
with
the
Bill
CIA.
Clinton.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dude, the
CIA
conspiracy behind Monica
ever.
Lewinsky was there's been hundreds of whistleblowers.
Capture
Bill
of
Clinton.
Savannah.
Really?
You know what I'm saying? And she was just like the first one to come out. You know what I'm
Dude,
saying?
There's been a lot of whistleblowers.
What about
over the
Savannah?
time. You know what
Capture of
happens?
Savannah.
Yeah.
Is that what that is?
Here, first person.
You looking up the Civil War?
No, that's not it. Never mind. I was trying to find that Bill Clinton fucking thing. What the documentary is called.
There, 1, 2, 3, 4. Ron Brown was the most important one. He was reported to have died on impact in a plane crash over Siberia. I know a little bit of the backstory outside of what it says right here, but a pathologist close to the investigation reported that there was a hole in the top of Ron Brown's skull resembling a gunshot wound. At the time of his death, Brown was being investigated and spoke publicly of his willingness to cut a deal with prosecutors to basically rat out Clinton.
Yep.
So what I heard though about Ron Brown is I heard that there was a flight attendant that was on the plane with Ron Brown when he went down. The only person to survive this plane crash when they were told not to fly in this weather, and whenever that plane went down, this stewardess was alive. She died from a cut on her femoral artery after the fucking fact.
Yep.
After the plane crash.
After the plane.
Cyril Wett did the autopsies.
Wow.
That's fucked up.
Yeah,
dude.
Cyril Wett went and did the autopsy on Ron Brown, found
Dude,
a
it
hole
gets
in his
deep,
fucking
dude.
skull.
Clinton was so
There's just
fucked,
about-
and everyone
Yep.
thinks he was like the best president we've had in like the last 50 years, and dude, it's just nothing was on the surface with him.
Well, that just shows you how blind people are.
Yeah,
How
exactly.
sheepy everyone is.
Exactly.
Like, yes, he's the best president, but
No.
he did all this crazy shit. Well, if you're in that point of power, you're almost like already put into a system where they're doing crazy shit like
Yeah.
that.
Here's one. Ed Willie, Clinton fundraiser, found dead November 93, deep in the woods in Virginia with a gunshot wound to the head. Ruled a suicide, Ed Willie died on the same day his wife Kathleen Willie claimed Bill Clinton groped her in the Oval Office in the White House.
Yep.
Ed Willie was involved in several Clinton fundraising events.
Dude, it gets
Yeah.
deep. Dude, it gets deep.
Dude, there are
each
over
president-
25 people. There's 30 people. No,
Dude,
there's-
that ain't the only one that it's happened on, dude. You act like that's like a...
Yeah, dude, like each
oh, and there's
president...
8 bodyguards. 8 or 9 Clinton bodyguards also
Fuck,
died
I
while he
remember
was...
that. Dude,
in
each president has its own
It's
lineage.
anybody who knows too much, bro.
Each
Anybody.
president has its own lineage, and it can be traced back. Like, you know, like their dads either worked together for like some crazy company, some crazy
Well, aren't they
offshore
all
oil
traced?
company.
Aren't they all
or
traced back
anything,
to
dude.
monarchy?
Dude,
All in 1988 and 89.
dude, it gets
too.
deep.
Crazy.
It gets deep, dude. Prescott Bush was fuck. I had all this all written down.
Yeah, Prescott Bush did some shit.
Dude, Prescott Bush, where it all started. Yeah, Prescott Bush. He was in the oil business as well as the DuPonts and the Rockefellers,
Mhm.
and they were selling their oil to the Nazis during
Yep.
World War II.
Yep.
There was a trial against them. There was this whole big scandal. They were acquitted on some bullshit that the government figured out. Instead of throwing these people in jail, we'll just hire them. You know what I'm saying? And then that's which what started everything. You know, Prescott Bush and the DuPonts shut down both their businesses to start Pennzoil, which is one of the biggest oil companies in America right now. You know what I'm saying? His son became president, and his son's son became president.
Yeah, it's like they just didn't buy that, you know what I mean? Bought the presidency.
Everything is bought and paid for, dude.
It's fucking bullshit.
Everything.
Wow.
Each president
Aren't you sick of that?
has a lineage, and each president like sets up the next one. So like when it's like vote time, it's like it's like everybody wins.
Yeah.
If you know if Obama wins or Romney wins, everybody wins, dude. That's what you don't get. We lose and they win. No matter who gets in office.
Oh yeah, doesn't matter.
No matter
right?
who gets in office.
Yeah, doesn't matter.
You know, those two people we're voting for. That's how they want it. You know, these are the two people that are going to play ball with the government, the federal government, the most, and let them just, you know, let them be puppet masters to whatever they're going to do. You know what I'm saying? That's why, like,
some evil.
that's why each presidency can be like traced. You know what I'm saying? You like once you figure like Obama, since he's the president, you can find out that his family's been in all types of deep shit. All types of deep shit. He went to Yale. He was in the same fraternities. He was in or whatever. You know, it's so deep, dude. It's so deep. It's crazy.
Super deep, man. Like the movie The Skulls.
Well, dude, when you
Exactly.
start,
America
when you
gets
start,
its
un-
ruling
when
class.
you start uncovering the layers, there's just more and more. It just gets
Dude, it's
deeper.
so deep though.
It's
There's
so
so many
so
layers.
It's tied into
You
all
think
kinds
you
of
know
shit.
it all, and then you just peel back more, and then you're just like, oh shit, these two dudes like fucking work together, or this fucking. It gets so deep, dude. And
That
it's just
dude
like,
started
there it is.
peeling those off in that Zeitgeist video. He started talking about how Rockefellers and
I didn't get to watch that
freaking
yet.
in the Warburgs and all the other people that are tied into J.P. Morgan
Oh yeah.
and how they just can constantly conspired to shape events in the world. Well, why
And, like,
wouldn't you,
fuck
dude? If you had
everybody
tons of money,
Yeah, that's what I said.
you're bored. You ain't got
Well,
nothing
dude,
else to do. What do you think they want to do?
We
What's
do
the
it
ultimate?
too. America, we go arm the rebels. 30 years later, the
We
rebels,
go-
the rebels are the terrorists, and we
Yeah.
got to go take them out.
We gotta go
We
fucking
armed Al
beat
Qaeda
them.
in
that's
the 80s
all
to
a
fight the
plan,
Russians.
dude.
Exactly.
That's all planned by these businessmen
You
that
know?
are controlling America.
It's a
We
game.
armed
it's a
we
game
armed
to
the
them.
Sudans and the
It's a game to
Syrians
them.
in the
Yeah,
fucking
exactly.
90s.
It is a
to
game
fight
to them.
Fucking whoever was, during Desert Storm. But I don't know.
You're right. No, it is a game to these people. And
That's
they
all it
play
is.
with
They
it.
don't take.
It's a risk board.
they don't
It's a
take-
risk
And the
Yeah.
board.
businesses that
It kinda
control
is.
our money and control our government goes and controls other people, and they force world events upon everywhere. Like, these events do not need to happen a lot of times, but
Oh, yeah.
our government will put them in motion for what? There's always a hidden interest in it. I feel like the whole entire Iraqi war was for oil, to control the oil
Dude, it's
fields.
all to control that land
I've
over
always
there,
felt
dude.
that.
Me and Brian were
You
talking
think-
about that.
All the
dude.
opium, all
And the
that.
heroin.
You
Dude, we
think it
control
was for
all
the
the
oil?
crops,
Well, and the
all the
drugs.
land, and now we have good
It
military
was for the
position.
heroin.
I
It was
think
for
that's
the-
Yeah, but look at the
Afghanistan a little more
military bases we've installed
We-
over
yeah, we-
there,
we-
dude.
we
We are
talked about that
covered.
last
We
time.
covered that
We're
whole
trying
place.
Alright.
to get trying
All right.
to attack Russia.
Well, look,
Fuck yeah.
look. We were just saying that they look at it like a risk board, correct? So,
Mhm.
like,
Right,
let's
absolutely.
look at this as a risk board. All right. If you have the Middle East, all right, what are friendly countries in the Middle East that we can plop 1,000,000 troops down if we had to?
We're just surrounding Iran right now.
We don't have any. We can't plop 1,000,000 troops.
Well, why do you think we're doing
in
false?
Israel?
Why do you think we're doing
We
false
can't-
flags?
We can't
We
plop
can't.
1,000,000
Syria.
troops
Why?
in Turkey. We couldn't
Why do
plop
you think we
a
can do
1,000,000
that?
troops in India.
Yeah, 1,000,000 is a lot, but
We're
like,
we're going over there so we can plop 1,000,000 troops in
Dude.
like Africa, Iraq, Afghanistan. So like
Why do you
when
think there's
North
false flags
Korea-
in Syria going on?
so
Not
when
false
North
flags, but
Korea
they're pumping it
and
up.
Russia starts fucking going crazy or just not going crazy, we're going crazy right now. So I don't know what they would be doing, reacting to our craziness. So when they start doing or going for whatever they're going for, we're gonna have like actual strategical position on the globe to them. You know
We're
what I'm
surrounding
saying?
Iran.
We're gonna surround them.
That's
you know
what we're
saying?
doing
We're,
right now.
we're surrounding North Korea. We already have South Korea. We already have Japan.
yeah.
We're not gonna get China. We're not gonna get Mongolia, but we can surely get the Middle East and fucking
Yeah,
blow
but
them
in case-
up from
we got
there.
Taiwan.
But in case China wants to act up, we are.
Yeah, but we have Taiwan.
We are going to be in the Middle
We
East
have
right by then.
Cambodia. We gave up on it, Vietnam. We said, fuck that. That's a war we can't win.
Yeah. It's weird though, cause like we lost Vietnam.
But we got
Because we pulled
Cambodia.
out.
We got.
No, but I mean,
we
but
got a lot of shit.
now we trade a lot with
US
Vietnam,
military
Yeah.
right? But
What did I
we
say right
supposedly won in
Who's
North
gonna have a
Korea.
hand in everything,
Well, we won the
dude?
Korean conflict. At least we say we won the Korean conflict.
We don't.
But
trade
yeah,
with
we
them.
don't talk to North Korea at
We
all.
don't
We
trade.
got nothing out of that.
What-
But there's a nice little trading partner.
We
in
actually
Vietnam.
do have military bases all over the Middle East, and we
Oh, yeah.
have had them for a long time.
Oh, yeah.
Qatar, freaking look.
We have
I
Saudi
was
Arabia.
saying this. I'm on Al
Yeah.
Jazeera right now.
Yeah.
I seen this before in an article, but I knew this is what they're doing. When we move into Iraq, then we move into Afghanistan. Pretty soon you'll see. We've already had bases in Turkey for a long fucking time.
Oh,
They've been
long
an ally with us.
Oh, yeah.
Israel too, and then Jordan. We're not so hot with, but okay, whatever. We're surrounding Iran because we can't get into Iran. Have never been able to get in Iran. Hezbollah runs Iran.
We
There
were
is a
able to get
ton
in
of-
Iran.
We and then
Oh,
they
wow,
held us
yeah,
in
back in
fucking.
the
Then they
Ayatollahs.
kidnapped us.
Yeah, but I mean before that, we gave them F-14s.
Yeah, before all that, and then we haven't been
They
able to get in there
sabotaged
for a
them
long
at
time.
14.
And
See, I'm
guess
just
where all the
waiting-
hate's been coming
See,
out
I'm
of?
just waiting for a badass
Iran.
baller from like Abu Dhabi just to come up and just like buy Iran. Like some
I give you
straight,
$40 trillion.
straight
Six
baller
camels.
move.
And six
Just starts making it rain like dollar bills you've never even seen
Shoots a
before.
rocket into the sky.
And it says
it's
right here,
raining
U.S.
money.
military bases continue to form a strategic envelope around Iran, although the American withdrawal from Iraq was supposed to end in 2011. It's the truth. You guys said this
Dude,
on a last
this is like the
podcast,
longest-
on a wild podcast, like back ago. We were just listening to him today. You said it. You said that, you have to go outside of the United States to get news. About the United States.
Al Jazeera,
Yeah.
really?
Al
This is
Jazeera.
like quality fucking news.
I'm just saying.
Like the BBC.
Yeah, and that's
no,
what.
no, no,
Yeah,
no,
no.
that's-
Ryan specifically said to watch BBC
That
News.
is a good for like getting off just American news. That's
Yeah.
one step
Like
above
I said that last time I was on
That's
the
one
podcast.
step.
But
I hate
foreign
it's
media
definitely a
outlets are
step
Here's the
above.
thing. Here's the thing.
Definitely
Here's
a
the
step
thing.
above.
Here's the thing. It's like American news is the bottom of the barrel.
Oh,
BBC,
dude, we are the liars of the liars.
BBC is one step above that. The Al Jazeera is probably 3 or 4 steps above that.
Yeah.
The Al Jazeera tells it how it is.
Yeah,
you know?
they're pretty good.
They don't give a fuck.
No, they don't give a fuck. If this is how
Who's
the
gonna
story
shut
is,
them
this is how
down?
we're gonna
Yeah,
tell
it
it.
is.
You
Yeah,
know what
exactly.
I'm saying? It's really interesting. But there's a lot of like rogue, like news networks that like are still good too, like the Young Turks and like Vice and shit. Like
Check this out.
if they break a story, it's happening. You don't
It's-
have to question it.
It says right here.
The people were there, they were filming it. you know?
1.4 million soldiers on active duty. The U.S. has deployed some 350,000 of the troops to at least 130 foreign countries around the world.
130.
Yes. Some are at Cold War
Even
era
name
installations,
130
but
countries.
many are in near combat zones in the Middle East. At more than 750 bases internationally, private contractors and third country nationals also form a large percentage of the staff. Wow. The United States is just taking over the world. That's,
Yeah.
that's what they're trying to do.
Well, there's a
No,
military
no.
base everywhere, dude.
Great
They're
Britain,
trying to.
No, Great Britain is taking over the
They're
world.
trying
No.
to.
And yeah.
How do you
They
know it
already
wasn't a big
lost the
conspiracy from 1776 way back in the days? We'll just fake to the whole world. We're going to have a revolution, but
Listen,
we're going to
yeah,
control
yeah.
you
They're the-
underhandedly
the
for
same-
the next
Hey,
300
what the
Hey,
Think
same,
about it.
same colors on the flag,
Was it?
bro.
No, think about it, dude.
Same colors on the flag.
Look at the globe as a map, all right? If you look at the globe
I
as
thought
a map,
Asian tools
all right,
were
say
about
say
that.
say that 1777 shit. Say that's actually true. If you look at the globe, like, all right, Europe said we're gonna hold all the financial shit.
Yep.
You know,
And
America,
then, or the warlords.
North America is gonna hold all the innovation,
industry.
technology.
No, the technology is
industry.
held in Japan, dude.
No,
It is,
Yes.
huh?
no.
Yeah.
Asia is gonna be where all the food comes from.
Clothes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Asia's where all your clothes will come from.
Well,
Close.
If-
America's
if
where
not
the
Mexico,
food comes
yeah.
from.
I mean,
bro.
they already do.
Usually.
They already come from
America and Mexico.
but then you have South America and
And South
Africa.
America.
You're
and I
right.
still don't know what comes from there.
You're right,
so.
though.
South America.
Black
like
people
dude.
and
Drugs.
drugs.
Good,
Drugs.
good drugs.
And
Actually,
black
I
Good
saw
drugs
Bo-
and minorities.
I
all
saw
right.
Bono on Letterman last night, and I hate Bono. I really do. I can't stand him. But he said he was
Who?
talking
Are
about
you
this
talking about
AIDS in
me over here,
Africa, and he said that by 2050 there will be 5 times more people in Africa, or more young children and teenagers, than there will be in America by 2050.
By 2050, I was reading
If
something
they don't
today.
die out.
I was
young
reading
people.
something today.
There will be more children, more
Listen,
By
people,
people.
coming up.
we
You know,
won't
the
have.
youngsters.
It won't matter because in 2050, the Earth will be completely fucking sucked dry. I was reading something today that said by 2050, the Earth will have nothing left to give.
What do you mean?
You're-
How
we're
could
gonna
the Earth
need-
ever
we're gonna
have
need-
nothing
We're
left?
saying
We're
we
gonna
run
have-
out of resources.
We're gonna run out of
We're not
resources.
gonna
We're
run
gonna
out.
we're gonna overpopulate at the same time
Well-
that we run out of resources.
Here's the thing
We're
about
gonna need 2 planets to take the capacity of what we
The
have.
Clinton Chronicles.
That's what it's called?
Sorry. Okay, go ahead.
I'll put that on my movie watch list.
Yeah, but I mean,
I'm telling you, dude. By 2050, if we don't fucking start
It's actually
doing
on
shit,
YouTube.
we're
So
fucked.
there you go.
Oh,
The,
fucking right.
the ozone layer is gonna fuck up. The polar ice caps are gonna melt.
Things
shit's
are
go
gonna
Was that
wild.
again, Vic?
I saw
that
some
would be
pictures of
better.
polar or
If we
of
don't,
ice
if we don't
melt.
fix shit,
No,
it's getting
honest-
bad. Yeah, it's getting bad.
Honestly, if
You can't even take
Earth's
fish oil
population
supplements
is going to get bigger, we want global warming.
Huh?
If the Earth's population is going to continue to grow,
Yeah,
we
but then
want global
then we
warming.
have floods and we have
Oh,
horrible
okay.
weather changes
Yeah.
and then we have
Not
like
really.
massive deaths.
What we have is a lot more plants.
And a lot less land.
Because there's going to
and
be
a lot less land.
not a lot less
Yeah, you
land,
do.
just a
Yes,
tiny
you
bit.
do.
less.
Dude, that
You
fucking sea's
realize
gonna
how
rise and
much
take
ice-
back a
You
significant.
realize
You ever
how
see the
much
map?
ice is there?
I'll show you the map.
That's bullshit,
Watch it.
man.
Here's
No,
the
they
blue
did
right
this.
there.
They
There's
realized
not
how
that
much
much ice.
Yes,
No,
there is. There
They
isn't.
they
The
ran a
whole top of
study
the
to
planet.
find out recently. I just saw this on Yahoo.
In the
recently.
bottom of the
They ran a
planet.
study. The government paid for it to find out what would happen if all the ice melt in the whole world. If all the ice in the world melted,
The oceans would raise 300
and they showed a map of what it would look like. The whole world would look like if all of the polar caps melt.
There's not
There's
a lot
like
of land left.
50% of the land is getting swallowed up.
50%.
At least. There might even be more.
Yeah.
I'll show you here in a second. It's
Better
crazy.
go to the Appalachian Mountains.
Seven-
bro.
It was a pretty
8,
crazy ass map. dude.
7/8 of the world's population will die if they don't move.
Yeah, but that would happen.
Yeah,
Really
that's what they said. They
slowly.
would relocate.
Yeah, but then
a
the people
huge amount of
after that would
population.
die because the people who died in the flood
Okay.
would just saturate the water with like death.
I mean, the flood's not going to happen immediately. It's
Yeah,
going
it's
to
gonna
just
grab.
ice doesn't melt in a giant.
Yeah, but you could have a huge fucking thing hit it. I don't know.
No.
You
It
could
would
have. I
melt
mean,
at a
Dude, I was
steady
in
rate.
Alaska.
You
I
know,
was
there
in
could
Alaska.
be weather changes from
Dude,
that.
I was in Alaska. It was the middle of the summer. It was 70 degrees. I saw big chunks of ice that you would about the size of my house falling off this glacier like it was nothing. And I was like, "Isn't there something wrong here?" And they were like, "Nope, it's just summertime.
Whoa.
It's
Giant
all gonna
chunks of
melt
ice
back
melt.
and grow back as soon as
Mhm.
it gets
yeah,
cold."
but that'll stop happening if we keep fucking up the environment with the way we're going.
Dude, Alaska
I
was a shit.
guarantee
We'll
that.
talk
Yeah, I
about
bet
this
it. I
on
bet
this
it
podcast.
was.
that's just the
Oh,
bottom
what's
part.
dude? That's where HAARP
This is just
right?
this is just
HAARP
the
is in
bottom
Alaska,
part.
yeah.
HAARP is in Alaska.
So
dude.
is Shadow Moses.
What's Shadow Moses?
And
HAARP's
Outer
also
Heaven.
in Puerto
Metal
Rico
Gear.
too.
Metal Gear.
Dude, I was reading something about HAARP.
Yeah, but I'm
today.
just saying. Look how much of just
like
that
they're actually
area. They're
fucking
not.
with
I'm
the
not talking about just the up top.
ionos-
All these are gone.
Ionosphere.
ionosphere, yeah, and they're trying to like. Well, what they're doing is basically ripping large holes in
Trying
it.
to find a map.
and
They
trying to
shoot
control
they shoot
weather.
well in Abu Dhabi they shoot silver into the ionosphere
red?
to make it rain.
Yeah.
All the red.
Silver
Yeah, but
nitrate.
that's not the
Yeah.
same thing. And
All
plus,
red would be gone.
have you ever heard of this thing called ELF? You heard of this thing?
Mm-mm.
Extremely low frequencies.
Yeah.
They
Oh,
use
okay,
it to
yeah, okay.
communicate with
Yep.
subs underwater.
Yeah, but they
Uh,
also say that that's supposed to drive people crazy.
Well,
Yeah.
they did a study with all the different sound waves and humans, and they found out like which ones will make you suicidal and depressed and happy. And they say they can play these tones without you even knowing that they're playing.
Yep.
So
That's what's coming through
if
the
they
TV.
if they have an enemy, dude, and the
That's what's
enemy's
coming
you,
through the TV.
guess what's coming through the TV at you? That little low thing that's making you go, "Fuck, I hate
And
my
think
life.
about
I
it.
hate
If you're
this."
smart and
Ugh.
you're aware, that means when you look at a TV, that's why you get this bad feeling from the TV.
You know that dude
Because
did
you
a
know
massacre
that's what
if
it's
you're
there
before.
for.
if your third eye's open, you fucking see the TV for what it truly is.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say.
Do you
dude.
know that guy
You
that
look
killed
up
people
and
at
you're
Fort
like,
Hood?
you're
You
like,
ever seen
what? What are
the
you
guy that
talking
killed people at Fort Hood? That dude that massacred
Oh,
all those
yeah.
people at Fort Hood?
No.
Yeah.
I thought only 2 people died.
No, I thought
Nah,
he
it was
killed
a bunch.
he killed a bunch of people.
I was
But
actually just looking at that. Was Al
that
Jazeera.
guy-
It's on Al Jazeera right now.
Extreme low frequency. He claimed that ELFs were the reason why he went into that fucking
Dude,
military base.
It
and
ain't
killed
bullshit. It ain't bullshit.
He said the
They're
government were using
They're
it
trying to
to
leak up
control
HAARP with
The
with
crazy
ELFs.
guy just claimed who
Yeah, but it's always
shot
the
up
crazy
a military
guy.
base.
It's always
Always
the
the
crazy
crazy
guy, dude.
Yeah, well, that's
because
kind of
they
the
know
thing.
something
They
that no
make
one
him a
else
crazy
does. Yes, they test on him and they do all kinds of different shit to him, and they're trying to kill a dude. And then at the end of his life, he's like, "Everybody, look at me! Like they're doing this shit." And everybody's just like, "Oh, crazy guy." That's like there's gonna be some dude walking alongside the street going, "The world is gonna end tomorrow," and you're gonna be like, "Yeah, right, dude. Fuck you." And tomorrow is gonna be the end of the fucking world, and you're gonna be like, "Holy shit! Like I should have paid attention more."
Well,
Mm-hmm.
okay, but I mean, you've also
Agree with
proved
that.
the opposite point there because everybody's always wrong when they say that.
Yeah,
And lots of people
always.
say that.
I never heard
Not
anything about
always. There's a
So
possibility
far,
of being
so
right.
far,
The world's-
everybody
the-
has always been
Well,
wrong.
the
He killed
world as we
13
know,
people.
no, the world as we know it always ends. Like we've gone through like a
that.
perpetual breath
Yeah.
of evolution.
The
where
world
it's
as we
going
know
up,
it ended
it's
as soon
going
as the
back.
internet was created. The world
Yeah.
as we ended knew
Yeah.
as soon as cell phones were invented.
Boom.
The world as we ended it knew as soon as
No.
television was
Yeah,
invented.
the world as we know
The
it
radio.
ended. Yeah,
Yeah,
The telephone.
this is the
yeah. Everything.
wonders of the Industrial Revolution.
Yep.
Yes. Still kicking into it. Well, it's
Well,
more of a
electronic
It's more of a
revolution now.
technology.
You can't walk anymore.
I don't know, technology revolution.
It's
But,
electricity being one bad motherfucker, and us figuring out how to fuck with electricity.
Thank you, Nikolai fucking Tesla.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that dude's
buddy.
fucking awesome, and Edison.
Yeah,
That motherfucker was also
Ah,
awesome.
They were
Dude,
both badass, dude.
Yeah,
Edison has over
Tesla,
1,000
dude.
patents.
Well,
Tesla
they're-
didn't want to patent shit. He didn't give a fuck about anything.
Yeah, but
he's a
Tesla
fucking
knew
idiot.
how to
Have it all.
fucking-
That's why people
I
stole
know.
it.
Knew how to communicate energy through the fucking
Fuck yeah.
air, and they
Maybe.
said just like Leonardo da Vinci, they thought he had communications with extraterrestrials.
Maybe.
Did you ever hear that about
No.
Yeah, I
Leonardo da
did.
Vinci? Because he
No, I
knew
heard that about Tesla.
because
not-
he knew about like all the different dimensions of the star tetrahedron and all this crazy knowledge that like would never be known by some and by Tesla. Like I've heard all kinds of rumors that have spurred up around that. But then again, it's just
That is pretty crazy.
it's just like hearsay.
Mhm.
But it's I don't know. It's a good little story. Do you guys know about fluoride?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
In the
Fluoride in
waters.
the water supply.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
Alright.
the only
Hold
civilized
on.
country that still does that.
I'm gonna tell you some things about fluoride, and you'll never drink your water again without filtering it, double reverse osmosis filtering it, or boiling. All right, fluoride, key component in an atomic bomb, key component in nerve gas, sarin gas. First used in Nazi prison camps in an effort to sterilize and subdue prisoners. Makes you submissive to rule is what Hitler said. Many studies show that fluoride actually causes cavities and gum disease instead of preventing them. It impairs your cognition and memory in a study done in 1954 by Dr. George Waldbot. Also contained in most psychiatric drugs, from antibiotics to steroids to vitamins, antidepressants, and of course nerve gas. And fluoride has, to this day, never been approved by the FDA, ever.
Interesting.
And that's why
Wow.
toothpaste has a warning label on it. Because if you swallow it, you could possibly die from the fluoride in it, because it's so toxic to your body.
But apparently it's awesome for your teeth.
Yeah.
Awesome. Even though it rots them instead of making them better. And the only thing it really does is crystallize your pineal gland. And that's where you ask the question, why the fuck are they after crystallizing my pineal gland? Why? Why is there this thing in our water supply to stop this? You have to look into the pineal gland. And through that, you'll find every answer that has ever been hidden. Because it's all right fucking here in Solomon's Temple. Right between your fucking eyes. That's why, like, you ever get that thing where the answer's so close, it's right in front of you. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, it's right behind you. Right there. Like,
It's in the fucking center of your forehead.
yeah, people don't realize that's what every story's ever been told. I don't like to get off on these tangents, but
Why?
That was awesome.
people
Yeah, that
need,
was pretty
people need
interesting.
to.
What
people,
exactly
I'm just
does
sitting here
a
watching you
pineal
read off
gland
that
do?
shit.
I
Well,
wasn't.
yeah,
I
what
wasn't reading any of it.
What does a pineal gland do?
It's like a control
where?
center. It's a control center for your
For happy.
serotonin.
For
and
happy.
No, for your serotonin. They
Which is
believe
happy.
your dimethyltryptamine that makes you dream.
It's
Uh-huh.
stored there as
and
well.
I think another thing, and there's another gland right by it too that controls serotonin functions, like the hippocampus or something like that.
What
that
gets real
controls that.
crazy when you get into the pineal gland is you start getting into a lot of weird pseudoscience that has no reference.
It
no-
can't be backed by anything
because
because
no one can
no
study
one-
it unless someone cuts open your brain and fucking looks at it while you're alive.
well, they have studied it. They've studied dead bodies that have had fluoride, and they've noticed that the pineal gland has been highly crystallized
Yes,
over and
it's
doesn't work
crystallized
anymore.
over. Yes, exactly. But what's stored there in your pineal gland is the happy, and a lot of people think that's where dimethyltryptamine is stored.
The
And
spirit molecule.
The spirit molecule.
That connects you with
DMT
God, basically.
makes you dream every night, and DMT is released every night as you sleep. You know, you can survive a long time without sleep. Your body can probably if you could sleep and dream, if you could not sleep and dream, you wouldn't have to sleep.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? The only reason you need to sleep is to dream, to reset the brain.
Well, some people
You know
don't
what I'm
dream.
saying?
How do you explain that?
Because the people
They
who
just
don't
don't
sleep,
remember it.
they go insane.
No, some people
you know what I'm
don't
saying?
dream.
Sleep patterns and seasonal functions.
Because they don't have a good enough sleep pattern.
Melatonin.
What's this?
Some people don't dream because they don't have a good enough sleep pattern. I know there's going to be people out there that are gonna be like, I don't fucking dream.
you don't have a good sleep pattern.
It's because you don't have a good sleep
Sporadic.
pattern, which is behind your eating habits, which is behind your exercise habits. Because you're not tired, you don't have a good sleep pattern. You're not eating right. You don't have you eat right before you go to bed. Yeah, you're gonna be awake. You're gonna be tossing and turning because your body's gonna be digesting food. It's not gonna be sleeping. Like people wonder why they don't have a good sleep. Like every problem that you've ever had is all internal. You'll be able to solve every problem you ever had by fixing your diet, exercising, and like listen to what your
Drinking
body's
water.
telling you. This is why the pineal gland is so important because once you actually put work into freeing it, it just unleashes chaos. It doesn't give a fuck what you think. It fucking opens up and just goes, I want this knowledge, I want that knowledge, I want this knowledge, I want that knowledge. And it's like, it's an open sensor for your mind to be like, all right, is that bad for me? You pick it up, you feel the vibration of it. It's like hard to explain. You feel the vibration of that thing, and you're like, this is horrible for me. In your mind, like everybody talks to themselves. Everybody has a conscience because at all times, all you're doing is receiving thoughts from a different consciousness. You're not the consciousness. You're just the perceiver of that consciousness.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It says Descartes here dedicated
Just
much
the
time to the
observer.
study of the
You realize
pineal
that
gland.
more when you're like on mushrooms, on a mushroom trip. You're like outside your body, or you get it more when you're in dreaming than anything. That you feel like you're an observer of life, and that's like showing you the real perspective of who you truly are and what life kind of truly is. Dreaming and meditation, like I have vivid dreams every night, and that's not a coincidence. I fucking put hard, diligent work in to make my pineal gland free of anything that could possibly harm it. Like toothpaste, get your toothpaste, no fluoride. Water, like make it as clean as you could possibly get it. Boil it, double filter it, do whatever you have to. And then meditation. And you'll find out that like opening this, it's like a different perception. It's the eye that sees everything. The eye of Ra, that all-seeing eye that's in every fucking... Just look behind you right now. There's a Transformers picture, it has one eye. There's fucking Clockwork Orange that has one eye. There's those two guys standing right there in that Gundam. They all both have staring at you with one eye. Like, it's everywhere. It's the eye that sees everything. All these little signs are in everything around us to show us that we're just stuck in a game, the game of life, the game of, like, repetition, until we want to get out of the game and be like, alright, it may suck at first, but you're dropping all these lower material things. Like, the thing I found hardest to drop was, like, cheese and shit like that, because once you find out, like, milk is horrible for you, the milk that they manufacture now, they put aspartame in it and pump the meat full of, like, antibiotics and all kinds of shit. It's garbage for you, especially the cheese, because they can process that even more, which means the milk can be shittier, unless you get, like, Sargento, but it's still cheese. You know what I mean? So get that fucking almond milk, bro. You gotta start eating organic. It's a whole journey, and I'm not gonna be like, oh, I'm the teacher of this journey. You're your own teacher, but I'm just trying to get people to unlock the only thing that matters in this world. If you want to find the meaning to life, it's right behind your eyes.
Yeah, that's what Descartes says. He said that he believed it was the principal seat of the soul, the pineal gland.
That's what he called. That's
it.
what every
And he spent
where the
mad
soul
time
is stored.
Listen,
researching
the
it. Yeah, that's what
messed
he
up
said.
thing is every teacher that's ever told anything talks about the pineal gland and talks about that's the place where you need to go. Even Jesus talks about ascending to the pineal gland. His whole story is about he became Christ because he ascended his sacred fluid up his spine, the 33 vertebrae. He lived 33 years, performed 33 miracles. Like, there's no coincidence in that. It's about him raising his fluid because after like deep meditation, I think it's like once you get to a point, it's like 3 days of sexual abstinence, and you have to meditate deeply each day to try to raise this kundalini. But that's only after months or weeks or years or however your energy is distributed. But it's a process that everyone needs to do, because once you do it, you realize how you're treating yourself with the things you drink, the things you smoke, the things you do, the things you could be doing. Like in the back of your mind, like you'd be like, oh, I told you so. I knew that was true. Or like, oh man, I should have did that. I knew that. Like that was you knowing it. Like, but you ignored it. The only thing with opening your pineal is your intuition completely flourishes. You're just like, oh shit. Your mind's like, oh, that's bad for you. You're like, that's bad for me. You're not like, fuck you. Usually, like, there's this sense in your mind that just clicks back and it's like, that's bad for me. And you're just like, oh, whatever. Cupcake, whatever.
You start to listen to your subconscious.
Yeah.
Actually
Because your subconscious is God. That's what God is. God is like, it flows through you. It's every part of you. But it's like the good decisions you made. It's like the perfect path. And it's the perfect path for everyone. It's really weird. All right, I got this. Leading into that, we're going to lead into an Albert Einstein quote about God.
Real quick, one thing to say about that is the only part of the brain that operates as a single part instead of one half of a pair.
Do you know that it was actually a third eye in reptiles?
Reptiles actually have...
Reptiles have the
you can
pineal
see
gland,
it.
and it's an eye in the back of their head.
Except for crocodiles.
Yeah, they don't have one. Because they don't need...
Or alligators. They lost it during evolution.
They don't use the sun to like, recharge their batteries.
So that means
So they lost
hey,
it
there's
through
something behind
evolution.
sun gazing there, right? Too. If
Well,
you ever look,
sun basking in lizards, that's what the pineal gland absorbs. It absorbs the sunlight. That's why it's on the top of their
of
head.
course, that's why we have to be out in the sunlight, or we feel depressed and like we feel like shit because we're not getting any energy. It's all about the energy you receive. I don't care how much you're breathing or eating. It's all about the right.
Well,
energy.
sunlight gives off B12 and B14 or B6.
Essential vitamins that you can't get from like
and that's happy.
materials.
It
Yeah.
gives you serotonin in your
All right,
brain.
this is an Albert Einstein quote about God. I got it from Conspiracies and Secret Societies by Brad and Sherry Steiger. If you want to look all
That's that
my
book,
information up, yeah. Not all my information, but some of it. It says, my religion consists of a humble admiration of the illimitable superior spirit who reveals him, herself, in the slight details we are able to perceive with our frail and feeble minds. That deeply emotional conviction of the presence of a superior reasoning power, which is revealed in the incomprehensible universe, forms my idea of God. And I think that's a really powerful statement because it's like, everybody tries to lock God down to like a religion or a certain path, or because they're always looking for their gain. It's always about me, 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 me. All religions, I don't care what religion you are. If you have a church built on top of yourself, you are saying me, 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 listen to my story. I'm the guy telling the right story. But if you just leave it out there for everybody to follow their own path, that's when religion becomes truly free and it can help us to evolve. Because all religion is theology, which is like a connection with God, or knowing, a way of knowing God, or understanding what God is.
Supposedly that's what the Gospel of St. Thomas was about, but I never read it.
It's about what every book has ever been about.
Mm-hmm.
Ever. Dude, all music is about connecting with fucking God. Either that or connecting with the forces that are opposite to God. You know what I mean? You'd say the devil, I'd say negativity as an energy.
Yeah, negativity is definitely the devil. I'm getting fed up myself with negative fucks lately.
Dude, negative fucking...
Seriously, people just always want to bring you down.
Dude, it's because they're watching TV, they're listening to stupid shit on the internet, they're not fueling their mind, they're fueling their lower chakras, their lower energy.
I swear, some people jack off the bad stories, like when they hear bad shit about you. They seriously jack off when they hear bad stuff about you.
Oh, dude.
But when they
don't
hear something good
love
about you,
those
they can give a
people?
fuck less. They're like,
Dude,
oh,
I know quite a
somebody
few
talking?
of those people that just like get off on other people's
That's what I'm saying. Like,
on their
wait,
misery.
wait, you got arrested? Why? How? What? Wait,
Yep,
what?
yep.
Huh?
I would tell everybody.
And it's like they go in the bathroom and jerk one off to it. You know? Fucking people. God, I get it all the time. It's unreal. It's constant. But that's just
that's people today.
that's the fucked up
And the
society
system,
today,
system,
man.
No, it's the system we're living in, dude. You
Society out
That's
there.
reading that news.
You say to blame it on society. I say to blame it on the system society's raised in.
The
Because,
media.
I mean, dude, the media is a big part of it, but the whole system altogether was meant to fuck us. At one point, it was meant to fuck us just for the money. And then they're like, oh shit, people are getting smart, they're on our level. We can't have all this shit happening, so now we gotta fuck up consciousness, too. We gotta not only make money, but we gotta make everybody so dumb that they don't know that they're being run like slaves. And put them in slavery, and kind of give them a payoff, but really you need all these insurances, you need all these taxes, so you're not really putting anything away. So basically you're working to survive because someone else is giving you food.
Wage slave.
And not letting you grow your own food. And not letting your whole community grow its own food and make its own irrigation system. No, you have to have it this way. You have to have our land, our house, and then you have to pay all of our taxes. It's a big Ponzi scheme. It just wrangled people in to think that, like, oh, I got $50,000. I got $70,000 this year. You know how much the guys at the top are making? They're making $1 million a sale.
Oh, yeah.
And that's every week. If that, like, every day. I just got $20 million. Let me just burn this. Like, it's ridiculous how far it is. How far it is. You're like, I can finally put a payment down on a house. They're like, I can buy 6 houses and then burn them all.
Yeah. Yep.
And collect the insurance money and get more money.
Yes, exactly. And have the money to pay the insurance company to be like, listen, this never happened.
Yeah.
Blah 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 blah. Yeah, no arson ever happened. Just give me the money for that. All right. Yeah, we'll just refund you that. Oh, you own the insurance company? Oh, okay. Yeah, then that makes it all right. So they're just recycling money back in themselves, because what they've done is, instead of owning things, they own companies. They're smarter than us, so they own companies. They own the people that makes the money. They own the people that holds the money. They own the people that fucking flows the money. They own all the fucking resources. They own everything. So what they do, when they spend money, they actually make money. But nobody else does. Unless they work their ass off for it, and then it gets taken away so quickly. It's just like, oh wait, that shirts went up from $9 to $20. Oh, wait, give me that. Oh, just today, I was looking up on it, not to bash on it, but $21 for a bottle of krill oil? Come on. This is ridiculous. Like, we don't, how does like, wait, what did it say? Congress has raised their paycheck 4 times in the last 3 years because of like budget cuts or like low wages, and we've only gotten like 1 raise. It was like 25 cents.
I've only got 2
I
cost
just-
of living raises.
I just saw some shit on C-SPAN yesterday. I don't know why my TV was on C-SPAN. But, yeah,
Nice.
don't ask me. But,
You were running one off.
no, I got home, and I don't know if the fucking cable reset itself or whatever, but whatever. I was trying to watch something on demand. And, they were talking about raising the minimum wage progressively to 2020. And by then, the minimum wage will be like $15-ish.
Wow.
They're trying to get this bill to go through.
$15. That's it.
That I know, but I was just saying, like, it was going from $8, it's going to progressively go to $15.
Yeah,
in the next
progressively.
but over the next 5 years, that's not a
I
bad
can't
deal.
believe these
Yeah,
fucking
but
people with
they're
the,
trying
these
to.
fast
All they're
food people
trying to
want
do is
15 bucks
fucking
an
give
hour.
you a little bit snack. They're not trying to give you the
Listen,
whole meal.
I make way more than minimum
Well,
wage.
yeah, but I'm
it
just saying
doesn't really affect, it
to
didn't affect
everybody
my
out
fucking
listening
paycheck.
out there,
But-
to everybody out listening out there. You know what I mean? There's minimum wage people out there, and that's just giving you a fucking slice of bacon while they're eating the fucking whole pie.
But
they're
no,
like,
that's just enough
oh
for them to
yeah,
survive on
motherfucker,
that. Yeah.
and they're just like, here you go, here's a crumb. It should be $20 already. It should already be $20 an hour for minimum wage.
I don't think there should be a minimum wage.
What?
You should
I
get
don't
paid
think there
what
should
you're
be a
worth.
minimum wage. Why should there be a
Nope.
minimum wage? Either, yeah,
Shouldn't
you should
be.
get paid what you're worth.
Yes.
And if
that's-
you're not
well,
worth anything,
yeah.
well,
see, and here's the
jobs
thing,
don't
when
get
you have
paid
a
what they're
minimum
worth,
wage,
though.
When you have a minimum wage, it cuts a bunch of jobs out of the market because some jobs just aren't worth $8 an
No.
hour to be done. Like
Exactly.
there's some shit that just isn't worth $8 an hour,
What's
so
not-
it just doesn't
what's
have
not-
anything.
Well, that for that work we get fucking slaves from different countries. You know what I
No,
mean?
I mean like shit that could be happening here. Like you seen, I know you've been to Walmart and you've seen the little machine they have to push carts.
Yeah.
So like they have to employ less people to push carts because instead of like 3 guys out there doing it,
yeah.
it's 1 guy and a robot.
Yeah.
I mean, why you think they got that robot? Because it's cheaper than having a worker. But if there was no minimum wage, it sure as shit wouldn't be. It's just some dude just stand there and do it all day for a penny a piece or something ridiculous.
A penny a
There's
piece.
some, yeah, you
Dude.
could make a penny. If you did
People-
that a penny a
dude.
piece per cart
No,
all day,
no.
you could make like $30-40.
No, you could not.
Yeah, you
Yeah, I think
Dude, I'd bang
work
that
should
out.
probably be.
No, you could
Yeah.
not, dude. I've done carts outside of a fucking place
Dude,
like
when I
that. You
wa-
don't move more than like 300
I
carts.
worked at Giant Eagle.
Try making $3
and-
bucks.
Work should just be able to
Dude, pushing carts was one of my favorite jobs.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
And,
But I'm telling you, that's $8 an hour though. That's not worth it though. Comparative.
I got
I'm
paid
just saying comparatively.
$5.25.
If we're going by
work,
workload, then a roofer should be getting paid like $100 an hour versus an accountant should be getting like 10. All right, you know, if we're going for workload,
Accountants do a lot of
Yeah.
work.
Yeah. If you ever tried to talk to an
you're
accountant,
comparing
for
apples
tax
and oranges.
time,
That no, it's
Yeah, it
different
is
types
apples
of
and
work.
oranges.
yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
you're using
See,
physical labor
that's
compared
why
to
we
mental
have that's why we
stimulation.
have minimum
That's
wage.
why
and
industry
fucking,
groups need to set benchmarks for people. Like
Yes.
you need to have like if you're a guy doing roofs, your pay should be based off the industry standard of how a roof gets done in time frame.
Yeah,
You know, quality wise.
not like cheap.
Everything,
cheap, fast,
everything
and
that,
fucking quick. Yeah.
quality, everything
It
should
has
be
to be
ranked, and there should
quality,
be a
yes.
ranked system. They could do what they
I
do
mean,
with
that's-
everything
that's
else. The
what
government
free-
does it.
That's what the free market does. Is it makes that thing happen by just putting the shitty ones out of business because somebody goes,
Yeah,
oh,
but-
your roof is
Yeah,
fucked.
but that's
What
just
happened?"
that's
They
just
say
a
I
lazy
use
man's way
so-and-so.
out. They let the
It's not
system
a
Then
fix
I'm talking about
itself.
paying
They
people.
They let
I'm
the
not
system
talking about
fix
paying
itself.
for it.
Instead of fucking.
It's the better way to do it because there's less government intervention.
Obviously, it's not.
I'm talking about pay.
Is your roof okay?
Yeah, but,
Well,
but
then
that's
it seems
because
to
my
be
dad's a
working for you.
roofer.
All right.
Yeah.
You win this round.
And then you go to
The roof's really shitty, but his dad's roofer, so he constantly fixes every fucking thing. So it's not
Yeah,
shitty
see?
anymore.
yeah, but then you go to accountants though, and like they should be based off of how well of an accountant he is.
Yeah.
You know? And,
How many
the
fuck-ups
standards
did he
should be
make,
set
how
by
much
the
money, yeah.
National Accounting Association. You know what I mean? Like.
Shit needs to be more regulated,
And
but
the
more free at the
industry
same
should all
time.
vote on people
Just
that
less
get,
regulated.
getting ahead of it.
Less
Yeah, everything
regulated.
should be less regulated.
Less
Rita,
regulated.
Rita, you just want
All
us to
of it.
walk around shooting having our 6-shooters and fucking,
Martial
throw it
law
out. Let's just draw
tomorrow.
on the street if there's a problem.
You don't need the police if everybody's got a gun.
Duels,
Exactly. No one
duels.
will fuck up if everybody.
Rita wants
every-
public
Police
duels,
are rel-
hangings,
Are you guys
public
aware that
stonings.
police is a relatively new thing for human beings? Like
Yeah, it really is.
200 years
Like
ago,
documented
there
hit-
weren't no police.
Yeah,
Like
what
there
was
was
it?
a sheriff, but
Yeah,
he
the
wasn't the
sheriff.
same thing as a cop. He wasn't just walking around looking for trouble. You know
Trouble-
what I mean? Just driving around
yeah.
going, "Where's trouble at? I gotta find me some trouble." You know, if shit went down, he was the dude that
Yeah,
showed up.
like
and
they
lots
lots
of
say,
of
if you're
prevention
looking,
is
if you're
worth a
looking
pound
for
of
trouble,
cure,
you're gonna
Rita.
find it. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Yeah. That I don't
I like-
believe,
I
I don't
like
believe
Rita's
we
argument
I don't
on that.
believe we constantly need to have
I
hound
like
dogs.
your argument on that.
I don't believe we constantly need to have hound dogs on us. It's
They're
it's
claiming
ridiculous.
It's prevention.
It's ridiculous.
crime
No, it's
prevention.
not crime prevention when they're seeking people out,
I
and then
know.
they're
Yeah.
going like,
I know.
"Oh, I smell weed in your car," or "I smell alcohol." When you're like, "Dude, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about," and then
Yep.
they're like, "Oh, I found a bud under here. Oh wait, it's a full bud out of like a fresh bag. You have no idea what it looks like. I'm gonna crack like half this off and charge you for it anyway."
If any of you guys want to check out something that's very fucked up, look into the 3-strike law in California.
Oh, that is big.
Look into
Yeah, that's-
how many
Rick
people are
Rick
in
Ross, right?
in
Rick
jail
Ross,
for
dog.
life
Freeway
for
Ricky.
stupid ass
Rick Ross.
fucking things.
No,
Ricky.
No.
that's not on the same shit. Like,
Well,
the-
he got
the- the
out
three-strike
because of
law-
that. He got out because of that law. They tried to fuck him on 3 strikes
Yeah.
all at the same time and put him away
Yeah.
for life.
Yep.
But you can't do that. You have to go to jail, come out of jail,
Yeah.
go to jail, come out of jail, go to jail, come out of jail.
Yeah.
So
Freeway
they,
Ricky, son.
so he got out of jail after 20
Trust me, I
years
know all
of
about
that.
Freeway Ricky.
Yeah.
Okay, we talked about this last time.
Yeah.
It took him like 8 years.
There's a guy in jail right now for stealing a
Wasn't
pair
it-
of tube
wasn't he in there
socks
for
for
20?
25 to life.
Yeah.
The guy stole a
that's
pair
how-
of tube
Yeah,
socks.
that's how the
He's
three-strike
in
law
jail.
works. That's what
Yeah,
we're
because
trying
he
to talk
stole
about.
2 other things once before, like 10 years ago.
Oh.
Yeah.
He in California, back in the
charged for the
80s.
same
Okay,
crime
here's
3
a funny,
times.
here's a
Yeah,
backstory
but it should
to
go
it.
on the intensity.
Have you ever
of
heard the
crime.
Nirvana
Yes, it
song
should.
Polly?
But it doesn't
Have you
fucking
ever
matter.
heard that, Brian? The
But he's
Nirvana
still a
song,
thief,
Polly.
dude. Thieves deserve to be punished. at
Ryan, we
least.
have
Yeah.
Not for
conversation.
25 to life.
Ryan,
Yeah. Have you
we
ever
two
heard that?
conversations going
What?
on.
Have you ever heard that Polly song by
So,
Nirvana?
alright,
No.
yeah.
Oh,
Maybe.
Have you
Maybe.
you've heard the
Yes.
song? That
Probably.
Polly wants a crack.
Yeah.
You never, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That song is based exactly off of why the 3-strike law exists. Because there was a crime where this man who fucking raped and killed somebody twice before, or maybe not killed him both times, but raped. He did 2 other crimes, and they were vicious crimes. Went and kidnapped this girl and murdered her, and he was released from jail for the 2nd time. So the 3rd time he did this real heinous crime shit. They put him in jail for life. So there was this big outrage over it because they thought it should never happen again, that this guy was able to fucking keep
Get out,
coming out
yeah.
and doing that. So they put a 3-strike law into effect, and 80% of California voters got behind this 3-strike law. I was reading all this.
Well,
in
it
the rules,
sounds
80%
good.
of people
It
got
sounds
behind
good
it.
It
until
sounds
it's
good off the
exploited.
bat.
That's exactly
Yes.
what happened.
Yeah.
Until
That's
it's like
exactly
until
what
it's like,
happened.
oh wait, you got caught with a gram, You got caught with
Dude,
another
0.09
gram. You
grams
got caught with
people are
another
going to jail
gram.
for
Oh,
life.
you're
Yeah.
going to jail for life. What
Yeah.
the fuck is that?
There are currently
Especially
2,400
when you're
people.
legalizing
Listen
it
to this.
too.
2,400 people are in jail right
Less
now.
than a gram.
For not just less than a gram,
What?
for non-violent third offenses, they are in for 25 to life. They got mandatory.
Non-violent.
This guy had 0.09 grams of heroin on him, and he got put in jail for 27 years to life. They do this in California. They are now this year trying to change this law.
If you get on
Just
intensity, the thing with drugs is you're not gonna fix them by throwing them in a fucking cell.
It's not just
Yeah,
drugs.
well,
it's anything.
yeah, I think. There's
Yeah, but I'm
something
saying,
totally
yeah,
wrong
but I'm
with
saying
the way
drugs
we're
is
doing the
you're
jail
not
system.
gonna
Yeah,
you're not gonna
absolutely.
fix anybody really. You're gonna fix some people, but you're not gonna fix the majority of people by throwing them in a cell with even more dangerous people.
Yeah, right.
You're gonna
exactly.
get those
No, they're
people
saying
need
get
to
them on
understand
the
why they're
works.
doing drugs and why they're robbing shit. We need to understand that in everything, not in just like
Yeah, they're telling them why you get them off the
substance abuse.
streets, dude.
yeah.
And
They're just
also,
locking them in a cage so they can make money off them, dude. It's all
This cat steals
profiteering.
a piece of pizza off
They
of
make
someone.
money after
Yeah.
locking people up.
It's
In
fucking
jail
crazy.
forever. He went down and stole a piece of
What?
pizza. This guy stole a slice of pizza
His
from
third-
some kids, and it was
or
his
it's
third
his
offense.
third
This guy
robbery
stole
offense like that.
37 cents out of somebody's car, and it was his third offense. It was a homeless guy. He stole 37 cents. He's
Dude.
in jail for 27 to life.
Dude, how
right
about
now.
get this shit? In
That's so
Erie,
stupid.
Yep.
in
So
Erie,
look at it, man. It's
How
weird.
can you pass that and be like, oh yeah, I'm a judge of the law. I know what I'm talking about.
dude, in Erie, dude, like, it's hard to go to jail.
The town of Erie.
Yep, in Erie, Pennsylvania, it's hard to go to jail
Yeah.
Why's
Why?
that?
because like a few
Overpopulation or
years ago, all the homeless people started doing like petty crimes and
Just to go to
shit
jail.
just to go to jail to survive the winter.
Well,
that makes sense.
tip number one: if you're gonna be
Makes sense.
homeless, don't do it in Erie.
Yeah.
Walk your ass south.
Yeah,
Up a
yeah,
train.
You ain't got shit else. You
South.
ain't got shit else.
Get
Said
the
head
fuck
south.
No, but seriously,
Head
though,
south.
It's
seriously
better
though,
than
it's
jail.
hard to
Go
go to jail in
Houston.
Erie
Go to
for like
Florida.
petty crimes.
Florida
you
is
know what I'm
full
saying?
of homeless people. They got bridges that you live on.
Dude, South Park,
Yeah.
Park with that bus where he has, oh, Florida loves the homeless. Oh, dude, that's great. I love that shit.
I agree. But dude, this there was a really bad article on it. 2,400 people. They're just now. California came out and said, you know what? You have to go back and reevaluate 30% of those cases and make
Dude,
sure they're
absolutely,
Absolutely.
absolutely.
not. Well, they
That's-
just did
especially-
that this year. It's been in place for 25 years now.
Well,
this law.
especially,
Nice.
this
Nice.
not even the law, but the people getting the drug offender when
they're
drugs are
getting
becoming
fucked
more
by it.
legal
Yeah, exactly.
and
So-
like different laws are changing. These people aren't getting
What do
out.
you guys think of like instead of locking people up, we bring back
Public, like
like when they
Public
used to
humiliation,
stick
like,
people in the
dude,
middle of town square and
and
stick
throw
your head
tomatoes
in,
and shit
like a
at 'em.
stockade.
Yeah.
You'd have like
Oh.
that wooden thing that clamps your
Or
head.
the
and your
one where you get
hands.
to throw stones at like the
Yeah,
whore
you-
or whatever.
Well, you
Yeah.
don't throw
Stonings.
like
No,
you
no,
throw
you don't
rotten
throw
fruit.
stonings.
at
You
them.
throw like
stonings
fucking
will
like
fucking
tomatoes
change
and fucking
everybody.
fruit and shit.
What? Yeah,
See, that's the
yeah.
thing.
Kids come and
That's
laugh
the
at you and throw
attitude
fruit.
that
at
smack
you.
you in the face.
You can't
Yeah.
hurt people. You have to humiliate them.
Yes, humiliate them.
Well, a
yeah,
little of
but
both will
yeah,
go
but
a
with the
long way.
wait, hold on. With that, I also say that would be perfect for small crimes, humiliation, total humiliation.
Yeah.
Everybody's
But-
smoking over here.
Larger crimes like murder, and you just can't solve the murderer, and they just keep murdering people.
Yeah, that's
Coliseum.
not appropriate for murder.
Coliseum.
So bring that shit back.
Coliseum.
Oh, I'm down for
Put
that.
2 murderers in the same
Death by
ring.
sport.
Yeah.
And that'll cut the fucking prison population in half.
Yeah.
Immediately, yeah,
now.
right
right
there.
now.
Dude,
That's
they want
what
to.
I'm
Dude, they
doing
shit
want
all
to.
the
They
time.
want to kill people. They want to kill people. Put
Okay,
2
let's-
of the
let's
biggest
put that
guys.
Well,
in.
here's the problem.
Let's see who's the best.
here's the
Dude,
problem.
they did it so often they
Here's
had
the
to get
problem.
like.
There's 50
Here's the
levels of
problem,
crime. One is
Most-
like, you fight
most
against
prisons-
a lion, and the next one you fight
Yeah.
against 2 gladiators.
Well, here's
Oh yeah, they got
Guys,
real creative
choose your,
with that
choose
shit.
your opponent.
No,
Well,
you
guys,
can't.
here's the
You can't be
problem, though.
injuring lions and shit. You
Yeah,
gotta
but here's the
fucking have
problem.
glad-
Well,
Here's the
it
problem.
depends.
Those all those prisons,
We're already
90%
running,
of prisons are privately and privatized.
Yeah, so they already probably are.
They're
doing
making
that
more money
underground.
the more prisoners they have. Oh, if we have to build a whole new building because we have too
Yeah.
many prisoners, good, we'll make more money.
Well, that's the
That's what I'm
company that's
saying.
running
Well,
the
They're
jail.
making money.
They're
I
making
know.
money
Yeah,
off
they're
off
making money
of
on it.
locking
So that
people
blood
up.
sport, like 2 prisoners go in, 1 prisoner comes out, that'll never exist. They're
Well,
making so
the
much
jails
money.
would be
There's-
pissed
there's
about
a-
it,
there's a
but
fucking,
the like
The jails are
The
also
jails,
making
the
money.
jail, the people who own the jails
I
own the
can't remember what
government.
it's called.
That's
Right.
what I'm saying. It's all a big
you're right, dude.
circle.
Well, that's that might
Dude,
be.
layers of the onion. Layers of the onion,
like-
peeling them back, dude. Peeling them
You-
back.
I don't
You
know.
committed a
I
level
think
4
we're gonna
crime.
see-
Here comes a grizzly bear.
Right?
What you're saying? Yes.
Ladies and
Level
gentlemen,
6, 2 lions.
we've got a rapist.
Yes, we have a
We've got
rapist.
2 bald eagles.
Their claws have been replaced by titanium.
Yes, exactly.
Exactly. That would just
Little
be badass.
buzzsaws or something.
You have committed murder.
The guy's just
Be
got
prepared to die.
mice strapped to him everywhere, and the eagles
What?
haven't been fed in a week.
Oh man,
Oh man, that would be just ridiculous.
dude. Hey, if they're gonna just kill people, we might as well make fun out of killing them.
You
What
might
the
as
fuck?
well.
I just hate wine.
I mean,
Like cigarettes.
The Coliseum idea would be awesome too. It would raise public morale.
Yeah,
I mean,
it would. Well,
you
it did
know,
back in the day. That's why they
fucking
had it
really
in the
love that
first
shit.
place.
people
But
loved
it should actually be for a reason. There's systems all throughout time that worked for unanimous reason, and they like kept working, and then somebody was like, oh, we can't be this way because we're what is it, politically correct. Everybody came to up their ass about it, like, oh yeah, we can't fucking do that because that kills bad people, and brr. Oh, a human life is sacred. Oh, you really think it's sacred after he just raped 3 people and killed 2? And then did it again when he got out, and then did it again after that? You know what I mean? Like, but then again, we need to solve these problems in the home where they start, because it all starts from the environment of the child.
Yep.
It all
That's what
starts
The
I
child
mean.
just repeats
it all
the
starts
actions of
from
the
parents.
Exactly.
Well,
This girl argued
what
me
we're
the other
doing
day
is we're
that-
living in a constant breath.
that
dude.
people's environments don't affect them because
Bullshit.
she's like, do you think people are born gay or they turn gay? I said, no, they turn gay. It's basic. I mean, I don't think people are born gay by any
Oh, I don't
freaking
think
means.
so either.
I think that's just that's
Really?
that's their surroundings and environments. I don't see
You
that.
should do your research because it's like
Mm-mm.
it's like scientifically proven.
I don't think so. I've seen too many people. I've seen a lot of people. I know a decent amount of people that were completely straight and then turned gay.
That's just denial,
Yeah, that's.
I'm
I'd say
dude.
that's.
Dude, it's you can't.
I would
you
say
can't-
that
It's
that
a-
is
it's
a product of
scientifically
your environment.
proven.
It's an unrealization
It's a chemical.
of
It's a
true
chemical
self.
imbalance in the brain.
Dude, it's an
It started way
unrealization.
before birth.
Yeah,
I think
but-
that's still a fucking debate.
Dude, it's an unrealization
man.
until enlightenment.
Yeah,
It's an
exactly.
unrealization until like you know yourself completely, and then you're like, all right, I know what I like.
That's what I mean.
You know what I mean?
I'm saying though that it's a product of your environment.
it's
just
not
like
a
everything
product of
else
your
is.
environment.
Yeah, everything
No,
else is
no,
an influence,
no.
dude.
I guarantee you.
So you mean that if
Every
if
psychological
people that are
thing-
sexually abused
like
as a
that.
child are not going to
Sexual
turn
abuse,
gay?
sexual abuse of
Doesn't
like
lead to
parents
gay.
doesn't lead to
It
gay.
How do you
usually
know
leads
that?
to-
I'm not saying
it
every
usually leads to
time. Like, oh my
rapists.
god, I
It
just got
usually
put
leads
in
to
my butt. I
rapists
want
and
to
whores.
dick
Yeah,
forever.
exactly.
You know what I mean?
Rapists and whores come from that.
Yeah, I'm definitely down with that.
But-
They have this whole thing.
that is so fucking. That is just as fucked up. Yeah, only rapists and whores come from being abused.
No,
And
no,
porn
no,
stars.
no,
And
no.
I
porn
feel like,
stars.
yeah, I feel like I've heard a lot of stories where that's what's been the case. You know, a
But
girl
it's
that
like
got
I've heard a
touched-
lot of
That's more
stories
the
of people
case.
turning gay after they were abused their whole fucking lives by fucking.
I mean, that might be the case too,
Guys.
but I mean, that's
Yeah,
more likely.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm
Th-
just saying.
those cases are just
Yeah, but
case
how
by
many
case.
cases have you heard of that?
Exactly.
How many cases haven't you? I'm just saying. People get abused all the time and fucking do different things.
I'm saying
And it's
that's
not just abuse.
I feel like
it's a
that's
whole
more
lot
of a,
other
I
fucking-
feel like that's more of a genetic thing, and it's more of a karmic thing if you want to even get down to it. Like maybe you in a past life, like were a homophobe and like beat on gays or something, and now you're forced to be this way.
Now you
know what I
have
mean?
to suck dick for
Now
your
you
whole rest of your
you
next
have to
life.
suck dick in your next life.
You're gonna like to
you
suck
are a
dick.
dude.
There's a karmic balance in the universe. You will end up paying for like this is the goal. You know what the golden rule is? What goes around comes around.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
What is it?
It's the golden rule.
What's the
What goes
golden
around-
rule, Reda? He always bitches
goes
at me because he
around
says
comes
I
Do
have a
unto
fucked up.
others as you would have done unto yourself.
What goes around comes around. It's the same thing.
See,
Well, kind of.
See, here
It's the same thing.
how I feel about like gay
But that's
people.
not
It's
exactly
kind of
the
a more
golden rule.
proactive approach than yours.
Mhm.
I mean, it's just like if everybody just is
not
good
more
to
it's
people,
not more
then
proactive.
everybody will be good.
Yeah. I get bitched
You
at
know
all
what
the
I
time
mean?
because
Yeah.
I don't believe in it.
It's
No,
more-
he
it's
believes
more
in the
open-
opposite of it.
open
He
it.
believes in do unto others as they have done unto you.
No, that is
which is
That's
actually
karma,
that is
Satanism.
wrong. No,
That
That
can be
is,
right
that
there.
is karma.
That's turning the
But that
no,
is also
no, no,
a tenet
no.
of
That's
Satanism.
turning your energy, their energy, even to an even
yeah,
deeper level
you
of
shouldn't be the
hate.
bringer
Yep,
of karma
I tell
and
him all
judgment.
that. I tell him that all
You're
the time.
you're bringing the level of down energy. If you reflect good energy and bad energy, it completely wipes it out. It has nothing to do. It can't fucking fight. It's just like, oh shit, I didn't affect that. That person didn't get affected by that. Oh shit.
All right, well,
You know
here,
what I
well,
mean?
here, let me say this because I want to say this because I think a lot
This
of
is a good
people,
argument.
a lot of
I
people
like
a lot of people out there need to hear this. All right, like how I always felt about gay people and gay marriage is, I don't know why we're talking about this. But anyway, just
Joe
because.
Rogan just had an episode like this.
Yeah, I know, right? It's just
It's
the
floating
flow.
in the air, dude.
It's floating in the air.
Floating
But no,
in the air.
but how I've always felt about this, and like even people like, there's only two types of people that don't like gay marriage or don't like gay people, or like think it's like absolutely wrong and the worst thing you could possibly do.
Homophobes.
No, you're actually literally dumb.
Oh.
You're literally retarded.
Or you're gay.
You're secretly worried that dicks are delicious.
Yes, there you go. There you go.
That's
I love that
usually
quote.
how they
Yes.
say that.
See? Yeah.
That's what they usually
Yeah.
say.
If you
about
have
that.
a thing against gay people, you either
You
You know,
have
if
you're
you're
either retarded.
completely- If you're completely and 100% comfortable with your sexuality,
Yeah.
then you should not have a problem with
No,
gay
exactly.
people.
I have
At
no
all.
problem
I
with
have
gay
no
people
problem
at
with
all.
it.
Just
At
the
all.
Uber gays, they fucking creep me out, man. The
Uh-huh,
Uber
see,
gay
that's
people
still-
creep
that's
Well,
me
do you know
out.
what?
that's
Do you know what
still-
also
like the
creeps me out?
Uber
Do you know what
gays.
also creeps me out? Uber girly girls.
Yes,
So
indeed.
you need to restate
Yeah.
how you like phrase
Well,
that.
that's
You're just not afraid, but you just don't like that about people.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I
There
don't
are
really
people
care
that are
about
so
that.
superficial.
Yeah, eccentric.
they're
They can
so
get married all they
obsessed.
want.
Yeah, it goes
Yeah,
both
it could
ways.
be any-
Exactly.
yeah.
I-
They
I'm
can
with
get
that
married all they
We
want.
always
100%.
focus on that side of it, though. It's always
That's
about
how
like,
we think,
oh,
yeah, that's-
fucking queers floating around, but you never think about those girls that are bullshitting that you don't want to hear any of it. It's just,
Yep.
Yeah, and it
It's
pisses
the
you
same
off just.
thing.
It
It's
pisses
the
you
same-
off
yeah, it
the
jacks
same
you off
amount,
just as
but it's
much.
like it seems like it comes from a different area, but it's not a different area. It's exactly
Same-
the same shit.
yeah.
It's
Exactly.
come from two different sources.
Yep. No, they both creep me out.
Yeah,
There's no
there's no
definitely
doubt.
about it. Like, I mean,
I
just
never-
saying
I
that
mean, I
Uber
never
gays
really
creep me out isn't the only thing that
pictured
creeps
that
me
same
out. There's
exact-
100
Oh, yeah.
fucking things that
Oh,
creep
yeah.
me out.
Spiders
And
creep me
fucking
out.
Crazy women
like-
creep
Yeah,
me
but so do
out.
other bugs.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You gotta realize anything that
Yep.
makes you uncomfortable is just a barrier, and if you don't move through it, then it's gonna hold
Oh,
you
dude,
back.
they can be gay all they fucking
No,
want.
I'm just
Yeah.
saying, like anything that
mean.
makes you uncomfortable,
No,
like
no,
any
no.
fear you have, or like anything that makes you uncomfortable, is just a barrier to yourself that you're not letting in. Like the only reason we don't like super eccentric people is because we can't be like that. Like we kind of secretly wish. It's like people wish you could be like, yeah, fuck yeah, and just be like the life of the party all of a sudden, like whoa, yeah! But you gotta act like calm and collected, and I feel like that's why people focus on that so much, because it's like we only notice the parts of others that we see in ourselves.
We don't
We-
have ourselves.
No, that we see in ourselves that we don't
let out.
live.
Okay.
Yeah, that we don't live. We only see the part. Like you'll always see like that's like a not a self-realization. Not a self-realization. You'll be like, that's an asshole right there. That's a fucking douchebag. And secretly in your heart, you're the douchebag. You're the asshole because you're the one pointing the finger. You're the one behind the finger.
And we talked about that last time, like pointing judgment.
It's
Yeah.
always a mirror. It's always a mirror.
Yeah.
Look at the
And
world as if
we talked about your book, and that's why we
yeah,
fucking go on.
absolutely. It's, yeah,
Indeed.
I just finished another one. Those
Indeed.
chapters. We got like 5 more left. It's gonna be nuts.
You know what makes me
Pirate Bay,
uncomfortable
here we
about
come.
gays?
Huh?
It's the
Pirate
only thing
Bay,
that makes
here
me
we come.
uncomfortable
Oh
about
yeah,
gays
dude. I'm telling
is
you.
when they want to put it in my ass.
Yeah.
Ask Reda. That shit made
Wow.
me real uncomfortable that one day in fucking New York City when that dude was like trying to fucking bring us home. He was trying to take us home. He was trying to. That's what I mean by Uber gays creep me out. Like dudes that like seriously think they can turn
Oh, that
anybody
was trying
to
to
gays.
hit,
like they can
that was
think
trying
that
to hit on you.
I can
But that's
magically
a
turn you gay no
physical
matter
reaction,
what I
yeah,
say
One.
all the time.
Yeah.
He wanted to take me and Rita home.
Magic wand.
He wanted
we
to take
were
us
watching-
home.
ridiculous.
He tried his ass off, dude.
Ridiculous.
We walked out of a strip club.
Yeah, out of a titty bar.
Out of a titty bar, and this guy thinks he can pick us up. Like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah, we're coming
Like,
out of a
if there's
titty bar.
any
We
place
just
in the
got
world you
boobies in our
don't
face.
want to like,
We like
try to
boobies.
pick up dudes, that's the place.
That's the last place.
We
Yeah,
don't
for sure.
like cock.
This dude followed us for like 20 fucking blocks,
Wow,
like
now
for
that's
real,
weird.
through Manhattan,
Now that's
talking
weird.
to us and talking to us how he likes
And
dick
then there
and
was
pussy.
this like tranny whore that he started
To each
that he
his own.
started talking
Yeah, then
to.
a tranny came up to us.
Yeah,
and
then
it
a
was creepy.
tranny came up to
Oh.
us and wanted us to like buy her, hit,
Yeah.
whatever.
Bash
Or him.
Yeah,
Bash him.
Both.
And then
It's a
the
both.
gay guy and the
Both.
tranny started talking, and we just walked the fuck
Oh.
away.
Yep,
It's
yeah,
just-
they got hooked up and we let him go.
no.
Yeah,
Why
go
did
ahead.
you-
No.
why did you let him follow
Hey,
you
dude,
that
if you
long,
want dick,
really?
we could
We're just
we
fucking
couldn't help
walking.
it. We were walking,
He wanted
smoking a
dick while
joint.
he
This
wanted
dude just
puss.
fucking comes creeping up on us, like, "Hey, I smell that. Smells great." And then,
Yeah, that's-
then he comes up next to us. He's like talking to us, like saying all kind of crazy
Maybe he
shit,
just wanted
trying
to
to
get
hit
some
on
weed
us.
from you.
No, he was trying to hit on us. Dude clearly
I
said
don't
something
know.
about fucking wanting to go and do
Made
some
you
shit.
feel uncomfortable.
Yep. No,
You would feel uncomfortable in the same situation.
yeah,
Fucking
you
bad
would
people.
too, dude.
Yeah, but
if,
I'd be like-
if there's
I'd
a
be
guy,
like-
a
I'd be
creepy
like,
guy following
yeah,
you
but
through
you
New
gotta-
York City trying to
you
fucking
gotta
Is that what
Not-
women feel
not
like
go-
constantly?
Yeah, that's probably
Yes.
what women feel like.
Yes, there you go.
Dude,
There you go.
Well, you
That's
could have
probably
just
what they feel
tackled
like.
the
It's
situation like it was a drunk fat girl coming after you.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
We kinda
That's
did.
how you
We
have
just
to
ignored
what
it.
we did. We just
not,
kept walking
not ignore
and
it.
walking
You just got to
and
be like,
walking.
listen,
Listen,
no,
bitch, I
no,
want parts
dude.
of you.
It's like,
Well,
no, dude.
at that
just
point,
like you would say
that's
to a
when he
bitch
found
that
the
was like,
tranny.
we should go back to your house. You'd be like, no, bitch.
Like some
Well,
super
when he made
thick
his
Boston
intentions clear,
accent.
that is when the
Oh,
tranny
you're
appeared.
gonna tell me about
He
your
made his
friends.
intentions clear to us. It took us like what, maybe like 20 blocks, 15 blocks before he made his intentions kind of clear. At first, he seemed like he was just trying to smoke weed with us and chill with us, and then it was just like, oh no,
Did
wait.
you hear the tinge kick in?
He wants
the little.
to fuck us.
The little
That is not cool.
Yeah, it was pretty creepy once you made
Yes.
that realization.
Once we made the realization that he
See,
does want to
hey,
fuck us,
at
that
least
was
at
creepy.
least he was that ballsy to walk up to some straight guys who could have punched him right in the face
Yeah,
and,
you
been
That's
could've
like,
true.
knocked the
That's
fuck
Yeah.
out.
and been like, yo.
You gotta
you
check.
Well, he
guys-
didn't
you guys
exactly
gonna
go,
fuck
I will
him?"
suck your dick, man. I got some
I got some
cheeseburgers. He didn't exactly do
We were
that.
talking about that
but-
today at work. And I was
Yeah.
fucking shitting my pants.
But still, it was fucked up. It really was. That's the only thing that freaks me out about it.
What you gotta do? You gotta get in here. I had a knife.
I don't go shoving pussy in your face. Don't come shoving dick in mine. That's all. That's all I hear.
That is true.
That's
is
all
true.
I hear.
Don't you wish you got pussy?
So
Dude, I
Yeah.
did. I love it.
did.
I love.
here's what I think about gay marriage. The government shouldn't
Have no
regulate
parts of
marriage.
it.
No,
Period.
period. We
At
talked
all.
about that.
They
The
should-
government
marriage does not
shouldn't
affect
regulate
me.
shit like
No,
people.
but I mean, the whole reason why gay marriage can be
Freedoms.
illegal is because the government legally defines what a marriage is, and they shouldn't.
Yeah,
That
but
didn't
you
happen
know
all the
how
time.
they define it? By a Christian fucking a way of thought. Like then you go into like who's running the government? Is it just some league of fucking like Christians? You know what I mean?
Look,
it's all against gay
Buddhists can
marriage.
get
It's all
married,
against all the things in the
Hindus
Bible.
can get married.
It's all led by the Bible. Like what the fuck is
Atheists
that?
can get married. It doesn't matter if the government doesn't regulate it. If
It's a
the government
black
just
book.
says, and here's
If it was
why
a
they
holy
have
book, it'd
to
be
regulate
white.
it for taxes because they charge
We talked
single
about this
people.
before.
Yeah, and it's bullshit.
Mhm.
It's bullshit that they should regulate it at all.
Yeah.
If some,
They make money
Marriage
off
should
everything
be
they
illegal.
can, dude.
I got married a couple months
Try to
ago,
get-
and
try to make
the
money.
Down
the
with
legal
that.
process you have to go through
that's
to get
kind of
married
what I'm saying.
are pain in the fucking ass. That
Right.
shouldn't happen. Like,
It shouldn't
Yeah,
happen.
we got a married guy in the room.
the shit that me and my wife had to go through to get married was fucking bullshit. Like she had to take off work. She lost money because we had to go to the fucking courthouse by 4:00 to get the goddamn marriage license, and then I had to go back and
That's all for tax. That's all for taxes and
Yeah,
shit.
it's
they just
the
want to.
government making fucking money from me.
Yeah, and I bet
They
that
just
marriage
want to.
license
They just
costs
want to
some
link
money.
you
Yeah,
together.
the marriage license costs
be like,
me fucking money.
Your
I don't
credit
know,
is
it's
her
like fucking
credit
$40.
now. Now we can fuck you both at the same time if we need to. You can't
Mhm.
bail each other out by getting different loans. You're all one loan now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like it's all a way to fuck the human.
It
the
is.
human being. Like
It's a way
why?
to trap you.
Why? Everything's a way to trap you, dude. We cage animals. We cage prisoners. Who do you think fucking cages us?
Yeah.
This is what I get behind. Like you kill a deer in the woods. We kill animals to harvest them. What if we're harvested? How
like
do you know
by
we're not
government
harvested?
or aliens?
I don't know how deep it goes, but I'm saying like you just look in the microcosm for the answers to the macrocosm. So you look here for the answers there. You look there for the answers to here. It's a direct reflection of each other. So in these tiny little fractals, you get bigger and bigger to like, well, predators eat animals, and then we eat farm raised like animals. Are there farm raised humans that are eaten too? Like,
I sure hope
it
not.
could go. It just goes
It could
infinitely.
happen, yeah.
Dude, it goes infinitely.
Dude, that's
in-
what the
in both
Matrix was
directions.
about.
Yeah, that is exactly what the Matrix.
Farming
I still
human
didn't watch that
kind,
either.
That didn't
farming
make
and
any
injecting
sense.
consciousness into
You
their
didn't
head.
watch it yet?
I didn't watch it yet. No.
Oh, what the fuck is wrong?
I had homework, motherfucker, and I didn't do it.
Oh, I bet you did. Dude, Wikipedia is the best homework I've ever had.
I didn't want to
you
ruin the
don't
movie about Wikipedia in the fucking
Oh.
movie. I refused to do it. That's like cheating.
Yes.
Well, I wanted to watch
no,
the movie.
Don't Wikipedia the movie. I'm just saying Wikipedia anything you
We
want.
talked
And
about
it's
this
like,
last time. Wikipedia is the fucking shit.
Yeah.
You cannot get fucking better than Wikipedia.
Yeah, see,
you gotta talk
Not
about it
really.
twice because people don't
I don't
listen.
know about that.
People who
Dude,
podcast, they
listen,
don't listen.
I love Wikipedia.
Well, some
You can't
things
say
you
don't.
can't because like the whole Clinton thing's
Well,
not
that,
on
I know.
Wikipedia.
I said that earlier too, but okay, 99.78% of the
There you
shit
go.
you want to know,
There you go.
you'll find on Wikipedia, and it's fact. It's fucking source based, multiple
Some of it.
sources.
And even if
Some of it.
wait,
99% of it is sourced.
I
even
wouldn't
if it's
say that.
not, I don't want people to go you shouldn't be looking at the fact. You
For
should be looking at
absolutes.
the evidence.
Don't
Yeah.
You
don't
should
go
be
looking for
looking-
absolutes.
Yeah, you shouldn't be looking
It's
for
that simple.
absolutes either. You're not going to find the edge of the problem because there is no edge. It's just a circle. It's going to keep. You're just going to get to the edge, and you think you're going to solve the problem, and it's going to be like, nope,
Nope.
into another loop.
That's why I like
And
that
that's
book
what's
you've
always
been
going to
reading.
yeah.
Because they put it out there and they're just like, here, you believe what you want to believe. This is what it's all about. So
And they let
they're
you-
not all like one-sided. You know
Dude,
what I mean?
listen,
It's just like,
I'm
here, this is
skipping
what's
through
about.
stories in there because I can tell which one is bullshit. When
Mhm.
you read a lot, you get a filter in your mind. It's like, all right, that's some bullshit that the artist was, or that the author was trying to put in for his own self-gain. You just skip over it and blah, blah. You know exactly what I'm
Yeah,
talking
you do.
about. And, like, some stories in there, I was like, that's just complete bullshit. Like, on
Mhm.
Wiki, I've never run into a story where I was like,
This is fucking
this is
lies.
fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm going to that. What's that
Yeah.
over? That's a link here? Holy shit, I only get 2 sentences into it and I already have 6 links at the top of the page.
Talk about the computer slows down. You have so many fucking windows
Yep.
open.
Yeah. Your internet's
And
like,
it's all
Yeah,
and it's
exactly.
all and it's
It's like I
all
have Valve
reading.
all fucking
You
over
never
again.
thought
Yeah.
you'd have so much
Mhm.
fun reading for 4 hours.
Yeah.
You're just like,
Like
oh,
you try to kill
what the hell
15
happened
minutes
here?
and you fucking waste
Oh,
your whole day.
Oh,
Yep.
dude.
And you know, but you don't actually waste your whole day because you fucking gain so much.
Oh, so
Oh, yeah.
much.
Gain a
And
lot
it's
of
over like nonsense stuff.
You know,
Like I was looking up like Vietnam, and then I got into like all this other shit. You know what I'm saying? It just leads
You were on
you
like
around.
fucking Greek fashion the next.
Yeah, yeah. You're just like, what? How did I
Right,
get
yeah.
here?
Dude,
Yeah.
you're gonna lead into
Well, that sounds
you're gonna
interesting.
lead into
Yeah.
Greek,
I would
Roman,
like to read
the
more about this.
planets. Dude, you're gonna hit that sacred vine one at a time.
Play
That's what
6
you look.
degrees of
If you look
separation on
on-
Wiki.
if you look on Wiki, yeah.
See what kind of crazy
Yeah.
shit you can get to from each topic you want to look at. You see, they are all tied together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, everything's tied together. What do you
Branches
mean?
out like a
We're in a
freaking tree.
system of.
Well,
Well, we're in a-
fucking take you a week.
Hey,
Well, that's like
this
Nate
is the
was-
best way I think of it. We're just like what, electrons firing in the brain. So we're just connected by these nerve strings that you can't see. Just constant electrical connections with everything. It's like a web.
And that's why we can sit here and talk because we are
We're already
somehow.
connected. Yeah, we're already
we can sit here
connected.
and have a conversation. Like some people,
I can
you-
understand
some
what you're
people you
saying.
could not do this with.
Yeah,
No.
well,
No,
if they
not.
speak a
I'm
different
fine.
language, you have to form the bridge.
Yeah.
It's not
of
about
language.
what was on. You know, they can only talk about what was on MTV last night, or
No,
you know,
not
like-
even that.
Yeah.
If you speak a different language, it sounds like alien to you. Imagine someone coming in here
Well,
and
I
speaking
work-
Arabic.
No,
right
no,
now.
I work
Be
with
like,
a dude.
blah, blah, blah,
I
blah.
work
You'd be
with a
like,
dude that's from
huh?
Croatia, and he's on this all the time. And his family calls him, or his uncle was
Yeah.
just in there today. Fucking, they're going back and forth. Said, "Hey, enough with the fucking nonsense. Just joking with him." But that's just how they talk.
Yeah,
they
but-
both speak English, but whenever they're together,
Isn't it
they
funny
speak
how like
in
almost
Croatian.
every
It's fucking
other
cool, man.
race speaks in a different language, but English only learns English.
Yeah.
And like, oh, you're like, we know some Spanish, I guess. Like, what
That's
the fuck
just
is
because
Spanish. Don't teach
because
us
English
Spanish.
is English is
America
the old Latin.
huge.
And that's because our school
English
system
is the
suck,
old
too.
Latin. Like Latin
they
used
only
to be the
teach
I know.
fucking,
Spanish
like
and
the
French.
common
Well, the way
language.
you
Not everyone
solve
wants to speak
the way you
English.
solve the puzzles in our society right now, the best way to do it is English. They found out because it's a base of Latin, which is in Roman and Greek. And
But it's
all
they're all
intertwined
easy
together.
fucking letters to read.
Yeah.
You can't fucking read Arabic. It's a fucking squiggly line. Okay?
Try
If I
try
tried,
reading Hebrew, bro.
it's just like I'm saying. It's fucking like I could never read Chinese. I
Oh,
don't even
dude.
want it.
But that's
You
even
could.
Russian or
You could,
Croatian.
though.
They use
Yeah,
all crazy
Russian, you
letters
could,
and
yeah.
characters.
Like I said, it's a totally different language. It's a fucking bridge
And there
that
are
we can't
letters.
connect
There
with.
are letters in the English,
Until
in
you
the
learn
English
it.
like vocabulary
Yeah, but the
that
whole-
have those kind of outstretched letters like
Yep.
that.
Dude,
Just
when
fucking
you
wild
form
Oh,
it-
shit.
speaking
when
of
you form the
language, this is
connection,
the
you know.
only thing I know about English translations and whatnot. Like, if you're translating,
Google
like,
Translate will solve it.
like if you're
Yeah.
well, get this: if you're translating like Japanese to English or English to Japanese, there is no
Direct translation.
letter R. I want to say in the Japanese.
Is
like,
that why they don't say R's whenever they talk?
That's why it
Ra-ra-ra-ra,
always
or what,
comes
like-
out
Yeah,
as
they
an
say
L
L's,
Yeah.
or an R because there is no L in R.
Okay.
There's no L or R. It's in between because like
It's a law.
when you make the motion of an L sound, the ol, and then the sound, the it's the same motion in your mouth, just tongue placement.
Yeah.
Beginning, back. Their word, their letter, their character for L and R is in between.
Okay.
It's in between. So that's like when they talk, their
They
L's
visualize.
or R's.
They visualize. The mouth looks exactly the same when they say it.
Yeah.
I was
The
just doing
L's-
this and I fucked to myself here.
The
and it's
L's
exactly
and the
the same.
R's switch places because there
Just
is
the
no
tongue.
L and R.
But the tongue
Flat
is.
ice?
The tongue is.
Flat
Yeah.
ice?
Yeah. Change the way
My
the
name
tongue
would
is,
be
and then
weird.
you can.
See, like
imitate
if
it
you
like
would
a
actually
Chinese
say
language.
someone
yeah,
like-
Ryan? Ryan?
See, like if you would say someone's name, like
So they have a list
I
of
don't know.
talking.
like the
Ryan
guy,
Lippert?
who created Mario and Zelda and Donkey Kong, Shigeru Miyamoto. His name is Shigeru. Like that's how you would say it to us. How you're supposed to
Shigeru.
say it is Shigeru. Yes,
Well-
the
Well,
Lu.
this South
like a
Park,
French
in
sound.
South Park, whenever they talk about shit like that,
Yep.
like their shit Pokemon, they all
Yep.
that same exact
Yeah, they
fucking
do.
sound.
Yeah.
Did you see the last episode? They were
I
talking.
did not see it. Yeah, my DVR fucked up. No, I gotta
that
watch it
happened to
on
me
demand.
too.
Yeah.
I had to watch
The
it
kid-
A
later.
Song of Ass and Fire.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah. It's,
Nice.
It's the
fantastic.
last of the Black Friday series.
Is it good?
Yeah.
Is
Was
it
it
a-
all
is
Game
it
of
a
Thrones
Game of
based?
Thrones?
Was it?
Five
Oh,
straight
I gotta
minutes.
see
It
it.
better be better than the Game of Thrones one. Come on, that was so fucking.
That's what
It
the
is-
It
it's
still
another
is.
Game
It
of
still
Thrones.
is the Game
Oh,
of
it
Thrones.
is the
Yeah.
Game of Thrones.
Yeah, it's
oh,
like-
where
like
he
the Black
brings the
Friday
dragons.
fucking
Oh, he
special.
brings the dragons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're coming. They're coming. I swear they're coming.
He's sitting in the couch. Well, there was dicks everywhere. I never watched Game of Thrones. I don't know about seeing dicks everywhere, but Butters was
Yeah,
He's
hell
like the
bent on there's
pizzas.
dicks
The pizzas
everywhere.
are coming soon.
What do you mean you didn't fucking order the pizzas? I was ordering 3 hours ago. What do you want on your pizza? It's coming. I'll order it now.
Do we got anything more to chit chat about? Do you got anything over there?
I want to talk a little bit about if we get into like FEMA, if anybody knows about that, since we haven't talked about it at all, and I feel like it's a kind of
FEMA.
important
They're
issue.
a bunch of assholes.
Yeah.
Federal Emergency Management Agency. All right, they have the rights over everything. Every constitutional right, they have the power to take it away in times of unrest or like war or famine or whatever they say it is. They can seize all communications, all public and private. So if you have private communications and you think you're safe, they can seize all that. They can seize all your power. They can seize all your food. They can seize all your transport, cars, trucks, absolutely anything you have.
Crazy.
Dude,
They can do what they want
they can seize all American people
in
and force them into labor camps.
for an emergency. If it's
For
an emergency.
Yeah. Also, this get back to gun control, because gun control is usually established at the same time FEMA camps are instilled. You know what I'm saying? Gun control. Let's get down to the major three countries that really implemented gun control. All right.
Australia. one of the main
1929,
ones.
Soviets
Mm-hmm.
established gun control. 1929 to 1953, approximately 20 million people die because they can't defend themselves and they're exterminated.
Oh, at least.
1938 establishes gun control. Germany establishes gun control. 1939 to 1945, 13 million people are exterminated.
That
Most of those Jews were German.
Dude, 1935, China
some of them fought in World War One
establishes
Yes.
gun control.
for Germany.
For Germany.
Another 20 million dead in China.
The guy who came
Yeah, but
up
look
with
at the people
sarin
that were
gas
in
was a
charge
German
during all
Jew.
of this.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but
Fiercely
still,
Look at
patriotic.
them.
I'm not. Yeah, but look at the people who are in charge of our country right now. They're just undercover fucks. You don't realize they're just playing that scene. America's all about playing that Hollywood bullshit.
Look up all the
we're
other
about
countries.
we're
that have gun
about
control,
wave,
Ryan.
wave and
There's a bunch
smile.
of
Yeah, look up the other
Wave and
countries that have gun
smile.
control that haven't had that happen. Though there's a
Portugal,
lot.
Great Britain,
Australia
Sweden.
is one of the main ones.
Yeah,
they
but-
actually Australia ran a false flag
Finland.
Yeah, but the
operation
way-
to actually get their guns
but the
taken
way
away, and they haven't had a problem.
the
since.
way they're doing it is the same way as these countries did it.
Well,
Not
that's
those
what-
other countries that
Yeah.
implemented it.
Australia
They're
didn't
going-
want the guns.
they're going,
They
all
were
right,
like, no,
we're
take the
having the
guns.
After
camps.
they
They're going.
ran
We're
a false
having the
flag
camps.
operation for it.
We're having the fucking water that's poisoning you. We're having the false flags everywhere. We're having the whatever. We're having the ready for judgment day. Like America is setting up the same way that the evil powers did. Not the way that Australia does it, where they're like, oh, no GMOs and no fluoride in your water, and we'll take away guns for the better reason of having like not have semi-automatics. Like, I agree with that. Like, you shouldn't
I
have
don't agree with
semi-automatics,
that
and
at
it should
all.
make.
You
But
got zero
it doesn't.
guns in
Listen,
Australia.
it doesn't matter anyway, because people still find a way to get guns. Most criminals get their guns illegally anyway. They don't need you. Like, taking guns away from and making it harder, and what they're doing is making
it
more
hard-
money.
Making it hard for civil citizens to get gun is not.
It's not going to solve
No.
anything, and
No.
you're going to make ammo more expensive. That's what it's really
That's what
about.
they're fucking
That's what
us
it's
with.
really
They're making-
about.
Yeah.
It's really
Listen,
about the money.
I will never, ever, ever
If you think
give
they're-
up the guns that I have.
Dude,
If
if
you
you
can
think
make
the
it hard for me to
government's
buy
out to
other
protect
guns,
us,
fine,
you're
fuck
fucking
you.
wrong.
But whenever
It's the
I
last
can't
thing
afford
on
the
my
ammo for my fucking guns that I have.
Yep.
Yeah.
They
What
want
the fuck?
every cent that's hiding in your fucking pocket. That's all they care about. So next time you think the government's just passing a law to do a good thing for you, Think again.
I have
Because
never
it haven't
thought
happened.
that.
It
I have
haven't.
never
It
thought
hasn't
that either.
happened in the last like 30 years, and it's not going to happen anytime soon.
Because
Unless
they
we do
bury all
something
kind of
about it.
bullshit in the back end of those laws.
Dude,
That's
they
right.
bury all
bury
kinds of
all kinds of
bullshit.
shit in
They
there.
The
fucking
first
pay the
fucking
people to
400
pass
pages are
it.
fucking phenomenal.
They-
Like, okay, I don't have to read it anymore, but the next page is fucking.
Dude, they
You
have
go
it.
back at the Patriot Act,
Dude,
there's
they
some more FID shit in there.
Dude, they have shit where the congressmen weren't even allowed to look at it when they were signing it. You're not even allowed to look at it. You're not allowed to bring it out of here, show the people nothing.
Yeah, dude, they're not.
And
they're
we're-
not
and
trying
we're
to
shining.
create censorship. They're trying to create context. They're trying to make more money.
Mm-hmm.
They're not trying to censor you. They're not trying to censor the internet. You know.
They love the thing about the internet. They
They don't
don't
wanna
want
do
it
that.
censored. They
No.
want all that stupid shit.
Yep.
They want 8
So they
million
can
people
discredit
watching
it.
that
Yes.
cat video.
Yes,
no,
so they can
no,
discredit
that's
it.
Not
publicity.
not only
That's
that.
exactly why
They
do it.
They want
want
to create context.
they want that,
So
too.
look, society at large is retarded. We're mindless.
Yes.
We're drones. That's exactly what
But
they're doing.
it's only because we've been led to be drones. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't give up on society. We are only drones because we've been led to be drones. We are dogs walking down the path, like with our master holding the food in front of us, and we just got to be
walking
like,
walking
We
dogs
just gotta
down a
stand up
path
for
with
ourselves and
forests
take that
on both
food.
sides. You
Yeah.
know, you can get off the path and go run through the forest. Who God knows what you'll find, but it won't be this path,
yes.
and it
Yeah.
won't be fucking ass in your face
You got
all day.
No, it's all about the low vibrations getting back to
Yep.
you, dude. Once you open your pineal, it all comes back to your pineal. Once you go into your pineal gland, you notice that all this world tries to do is throw lower shit at you. It tries to throw sex at you, tries to throw alcohol at you, tries to throw everything it possibly can to poison your mind so you don't want to think, so you don't want to do, so you don't want to achieve. It's all about, and I don't think it's gonna change because we're in this test for a reason. We're in this time for a reason. It's to like, even through the turmoil of this bullshit, to still come out with our heads above it. You know what I mean? Even through all this bullshit, maybe every time you reincarnate, it's the same time. Maybe it's the same difficulty. Maybe it's always on the pinnacle of, oh, you're gonna change the world. But maybe it's all about living through the hard times and I don't know, and making the change your own future. You know what I mean? By the time you're 50, you have a new world in front of you. But I just see times as accelerating lately. If you've noticed, have you noticed that? You feel like time's like speeding up?
No, I always feel that because you're getting older.
Yeah, you're
I
just
said
getting
my
older.
theory about that.
Yeah.
I agree.
Because you're
about
getting
that.
older.
Yeah,
time
my
speeds
theory
up.
is that time is
It
a
just
representative.
feels
It's
like
a
it.
fraction of your life. So
Yeah.
1 year is one of your life. 2 years is one of two, one of three. Smaller points. So now, like, I'm 30. I'm 1 in 30. So I'm 1/30th of my life. A year is the length of 1/30th of my life. So it's
not
going
that
by
much time.
faster. And next year it'll be 1/31th. So it'll be going even faster and faster and faster until my life's over. So when
That's
you're 80,
true.
you're like, year goes by like nothing because it's
Or till-
one
Well,
of
I
80.
even know that.
Enter
Like,
the
notice
next.
that now.
You
Like,
know what I mean?
Yeah,
I
the
mean,
next
you
life.
can't even say that when you were a little kid, that time didn't fucking seem like it was going forever.
Forever.
You know,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what
like,
I'm trying to
not
say.
today. Like, I
think
fucking woke
the
up at
time's
5:30
linear.
this morning to go to work, and like it seemed like it was
Now
like
you're
15
here.
minutes ago. Now I'm here.
Boom.
Like,
Yeah.
fuck, where the
Listen,
fuck my day go?
It's because
Yeah.
we're moving through
My
time.
day goes
so-
right here.
That's what I'm saying.
Ah,
Yeah.
Little Italian joke for you there.
Yeah, little Italian.
Sorry.
Dude, you want to do some research on that fucking gun control shit though? Fucking in Australia, go check out the Port Arthur massacre though. It's a really good story. A really crazy story about how that
Port
false
Arthur?
flag. Yeah, it's
Port
the
Arthur.
Port Arthur massacre down in Tasmania, like down right in Australia,
Right.
where this dude like went nuts and killed a bunch of people at a state park. Just went crazy with bags full of guns, and the Australian government was behind it and fueling it
Ah.
so that
So they could get 'em-
so they could have
influence the gun
anti-gun
law.
legislation. Because
Well, that's
right then
weird
they were
because
in the
that
middle of
kinda
a
happened-
battle between
that kinda happened
these
in,
people and these people.
That kind of happened in USA, but no one wants to ever look
Yeah.
at it.
Yeah,
like,
I'm just saying.
like the guy that shot up that place with the pistol, even though they said he had a semi-automatic or an
Yeah,
automatic weapon.
Get your AK or your fucking AR-15 shotgun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, some shit like that or whatever the fuck he said.
Yeah, and they gave him automatic weapons, and he went nuts. And then this dude like burnt, like they had a standoff in the
Did
house.
you-
It was
well,
a
did you-
crazy
wait,
story,
wait,
though.
did you-
They have it broken down on
Did I-
Wikipedia
did I
by
ever
the
tell you-
minute of
Yep.
how every motion this guy did because it's all videotaped.
Did I ever tell you about that shit they can blow in your face to get you to forget what you're doing for like 24 hours?
No, I've never seen
It's
that.
like devil's dust or something like that.
I did hear about
It's in a
this.
different country. It's like in the not the Caribbean. I wanna
South
say
America.
South America.
Brazil.
Yeah, the Brazil. Yeah.
Yeah,
They
that's a
fucking
rape
crush it
drug.
up and they just go.
It's
And
a
you-
rape drug that
you're like-
hookers use.
Yeah, but you're completely
Really?
because you're completely sober, but you have no free will. So they'll tell you to take out all your money out of your bank accounts and your pockets. Just give it to me, and you'll go. Here
Okay.
you go. With
Wow.
no, and you won't remember anything. That's the great.
Wow.
That's the thing
Good.
about it. You won't remember anything the complete day before.
There was
So, hey, look, we want you to go murder this whole school full of children, and have no remorse for it, even though you have no psychological history, no past
Yeah.
or anything. You just said you loved your wife. The day you left out of there, fucking, they just captured you and said all shit and went, and that's it for you. You know
Yep.
what I mean? It could,
And they create your own backstory.
well, they could. Oh yeah, this guy fucking when he was 16, he got in this fucking car accident and his mom died. Blah blah blah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just all the same shit. And then they cover it up so fast with other stories like, hey, look over here. Hey, look over here. Hey, look over. Oh, what's Russell Brand doing? Who the fuck cares what Russell Brand is doing?
Brian hates Russell Brand.
He really does.
He's always on the
So
Russell
funny.
It's
Brand.
because he's British. I'm telling you.
No,
All leads back to
I
being British.
love-
I hate British people.
Dude,
The red coats are coming.
dude,
Fuck 'em.
I like.
I
I,
just don't like the
love
voice.
British people.
I don't like
when
the
they're
voice.
talking, they're rapping. I it's cool, dude. I like the
voice
accent.
I like Top Gear.
But I don't like.
I like.
I don't
Top
like
Gear.
brands.
Thank you.
I don't like brands. I don't like people getting paid to stand up for freedom.
Russell Brand is a brand.
It's
Brand
a brand.
isn't even in his
yeah,
name.
it's in his name. That's why I pointed out. Like, the universe will just point shit out for you. It'll leave it right for you in the open. People don't even notice. Oh, Russell Brand. That never clicks in their mind. Like, oh wait, a brand is a product that's someone trying to sell me. Oh wait, what's this happening? Like, oh, he's a movie star now. Oh, he's on these different shows now. Oh, he's so popular. We're paying all attention to him, but not caring what we're doing in the streets or revolution or anything like that. We're all paying it into Russell Brand's fucking pocket by watching his television
I would
show.
have never
Watching
knew that
this.
he even had a fucking television show if I didn't see a short
Well, they're
video
hyping him-
of
dude, they're
him
hyping
fucking
him-
with the Baptist.
Exactly.
They're
Church.
hyping, dude. They're hyping him up everywhere. Have you noticed that all the fucking news that doesn't hype up anybody for activists is like, oh, Russell Brand, look at him. Every fucking. This is the way you tell good information from bad information. If it's being pumped by the American media, it's fucking bullshit, and it's not good for you, and it's just another fucking snake in the loop. You know what I mean? It's
That-
just
how many
bullshit.
people like worship the news, you know. Just
Dude,
think
they
about
do
that.
worship
Like,
the
people
news every
worship
morning.
the
Every
fucking
morning, it's like
news, man.
give me that.
I gotta
need
have my
fix.
news. It's 5 o'clock. I gotta check
Somebody
my
had to
news
die today. Oh, and then I gotta bitch about it.
Yeah. Oh, and
It's
then
like-
you get phone calls like, "Hey, did you hear?
Did
like,
you-
in Braddock there was like shooting.
Oh
Are
my
you
gosh!
okay? Are you
Again,
safe?
again, there was a Braddock and
Yeah, there
Braddock
was a shooting
oh
in
my
Braddock.
God.
Are you safe? Like, come the fuck on, really? If there was a shooting in Braddock and I wasn't safe, you would hear about it.
You would fucking.
Yeah,
know
I'm
about it.
sure somebody would contact my family. I'm sure they would get a hold of you.
I just hate how it's all bad news. It's just all meant to bring you down. Nothing.
It
You
is.
you hear that one good story, and then everything else is like, oh, these marijuana dealers got drug busted, and blah blah
Yeah.
blah. And you're just like, what the fuck is this? You're like,
Yeah.
this isn't news. It was like, why wasn't he busting some heroin addict? Why wasn't he doing something like that like we're paying for? You know what I mean? Protect and serve, not oppress. And
Well, it's easier to
negate.
bust a 13-year-old kid with some weed than it is to fucking run into a fucking K-house.
yeah,
or a
but what the
fucking
fuck
crack
do you become a
operation.
police officer for if you ain't ready to lay your life down for the law?
They
I
don't
thought that
get
was
paid
the
that
thing.
much.
Not
They
lay
don't
your
get
paid
paid
not,
that much.
not
The
like
sense of power.
Union,
It's
yeah,
a pay.
power.
It's based
Yeah.
on money.
I got picked
Because
on
you
when I
pay
was
me
a
enough
kid.
money.
Yeah.
it should
Or
be
I was
based on it should be
always-
based
I will
on
do
fully-
a lot.
it should be based on work.
You give me a couple $1 million, guess what? That dick that Dawn was talking about, it's going in my butt.
Yeah.
Couple
Yeah.
million.
He said,
Yeah.
$1 million.
I'm
Couple
just
million.
gonna throw that out there right
We
now.
were talking
I
about
don't
that
give a
too on
fuck.
He
our
said
podcast.
Bill Gates.
If you
If-
ain't sucking
Bill
dick
Gates,
for
if
$1
you're
million,
out there.
you're a fucking idiot.
You
Yeah,
are fucking
yeah.
stupid.
Yep. For real,
You
man.
call
I
me
mean,
a
this
fucking
is
faggot, you call me anything you want. Guess what?
I got
I
$1
got
million.
a bag.
Yeah,
I
but
got
that's
$2 million.
just yeah, but
I'll
that
buy your
shows-
house.
I got
Fuck you.
a bag
Yeah.
full of
Yeah.
paper. I just lost my dignity for a bag full of paper.
Guess
Yeah.
what? You
But
do the same
it's
thing.
you're like it's enough.
It ain't gonna be a
paper.
bag full of paper.
It
long.
weighs
I'll
as
buy
much as I
houses,
do.
I'll have land.
It weighs-
Oh, dude, I got a bag full of money. Wait,
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
but
I'll be a happy
it's
motherfucker.
Yep.
things.
I'll get whores.
Yeah, but this is
I'll do
the
all
thing.
kinds of
Look,
stuff with that.
one's spiritual, which you'll never get back, and the other's material, which you'll always lose.
I don't care.
Those are the scales you weigh
I
life
don't-
on. I'm just
okay.
saying. I'm
My
just
life
saying
will
in
be
any
stress-free.
situation.
My life.
In any situation.
But hey, you suck one cock, they call you a
Yeah,
cocksucker.
cocksucker.
The $1 million
Can work on your car
cocksucker.
every day.
Yeah, but
and
then
it calls
if you
mechanic.
became poor from
Suck one
dude,
cock
if
and you're-
listen,
yeah,
if
you're
everybody listen, if you lost all that money and everybody became poor at the same time, then it would really kick in. And
Yeah,
I
well then you'd be like,
guarantee
I sucked that dick for what?
what? I sucked
What?
his dick for work.
Why?
Why?
I need to
That
guarantee.
reminds
I
me
need to
of
guarantee on my fucking.
That reminds
anal.
me of
I need to
Chappelle.
guarantee.
Chappelle's shows. Get
Yeah.
why? God, no.
I don't understand why people sit around and think about if somebody gave them $1 million
It'll
to
never
suck a
happen.
dick. Yeah, like who's
People
out there?
do it all the time.
That's like,
all
yeah,
the time.
We pick
no,
up.
they don't.
we don't
Nobody
just-
does that.
Yeah,
We don't
people
just
actually
pick up.
do
We
that.
don't just pick up.
I'm not
fucking
worth $1 million.
things from the street.
I'm just gonna
Wow.
put that out there,
Yeah.
right?
Wow.
Yeah. you just your
I don't know.
skill
Listen,
set
you
ain't
look like
right.
that-
You look
He
like
said,
Jesus
let's-
to some
He
people.
said,
that
"Let's
said,
be
maybe-
realistic." He
maybe
said,
you
"Let's
You
be
can't give
realistic."
those $1 million blowjobs.
Right.
Charge him like an extra $5,000 to clean it out of your beard.
That dude's
Like,
mouth
I
is gold. He got a mouth like gold. Oh yeah, Rita. And
It's
you
starting.
swallow
It's
it.
starting to degrade. I think we should take a little break.
Yeah, we'll come back.
All
and
right,
end
we'll
this
be
shit
back.
up.
Yeah. Peace out.
Suck a cock.
Damn them and their good habits when they eat and fucking exercising every week and stretching motherfuckers.
Yep.
How dare they?
Those motherfuckers.
But anyway, we're back.
That's what
Are
they
we?
do.
Yes.
How long have we been back?
Apparently.
We've been back
What?
for 7-8 seconds now.
Nice.
8 seconds.
Nice. Well,
So-
we're just
Yep.
back here to wrap it up.
Yep.
So,
Back here to wrap it up. It's been awesome.
Yeah, guys.
It was awesome having
first
you on. The
round
first
table
round
cast
table
was
was
a
a
success.
success. Yeah,
Indeed.
it was fucking sweet, and I enjoyed it.
Rita still needs
I
to get on
enjoyed it.
Facebook so he can like check all of the cool links that were.
Yeah, because he doesn't do
Everybody
that.
needs to get on
scares me.
Facebook if you haven't already. Like our page, you know what I mean.
Yep.
Check out our Twitter. We're on Vimeo now, so try to
Yep,
spread us
come on
everywhere.
Vimeo.
What is it?
Share the knowledge, Vimeo.
It's just like another
It's like
YouTube.
another YouTube, but it's like
Higher quality.
Yeah, higher quality YouTube.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But yeah,
I've never seen the Vimeo.
Yeah,
I've never heard of it.
check it out. It's
Yeah.
got some. That's where isn't that where Joe Rogan first started putting his videos on?
Yep.
it?
Before they were on YouTube.
Yep.
But
For sure.
yeah, we should definitely plug that dolphin episode because that was great.
The dolphin episode.
425. It talks about the smooshie.
Oh, about the walrus and shit.
Well, it talks about how like animals are in cages and we just like lock animals up and think nothing of it, but we're actually locking up an intelligent species in a cage. And like when you pull a dolphin out of the water, it's not simply like, oh, we just get this dolphin and just throw it in the water. No, it's like, all right, we go into a big school and we take all the little babies away from their parents and then we throw them in a tank and that's where you live for the rest of your life.
yeah, it's
But
pretty.
they do tricks for fish and seem happy.
They aren't.
Yeah.
Yep.
The trainers,
happy
the
sounding
trainers
noises.
quit because it's so brutal on what they're doing to the animal and how to make them do these tricks and how to make them do all this shit. It's basically like they starve them to force them to do what they want.
Yeah, it's pretty fucked up.
Dolphin's tasty.
And after we realize,
Yeah,
what
I
if
would
we
love
realize
that
how,
dolphin.
dude, dolphins are so smart. They save people from shark attacks
All the time.
all the time.
You hear stories about it all the time.
Yeah, they have the brain.
Sea
They-
turtles too.
their brain size is actually like 1.2 times bigger than ours or something like that.
I think that's just because they hate sharks and I don't
Yeah,
think,
they
I
hate
think they're
sharks too. That's a big
indifferent to
reason.
No, dude, they have a
I think
love.
they just
Dude,
hate
they
sharks.
have
That's like a
a,
Nazi
No,
Jew
I think
relationship.
they like people.
Yeah.
Just
Dude,
like
I have
sea
a lo-
turtles
they have a
been known
love
to
for
save
people, I
too,
guarantee
that,
it.
You know, like
I think
drowned
sea
or-
turtles.
It's
just
been
too
it's
stupid
been
to get
known
out of the
it's been
way.
known
I
when
don't
like
know about
pregnant women or people that are sick get into water with dolphins, dude. They flood all around them and give all their good energy to them. They're a fucking species that we don't understand at all. And I know I've been using fucking a lot, but that's just because I'm trying to get it into the vocabulary as not being a curse word.
everything. Yeah, like the shit
what I mean?
episode
I
of
have a
South
horrible
Park.
fucking mouth.
Like the shit episode of
I
South
didn't
Park.
realize I said fucking right there, but I did. That's just how I am.
That's
I
dude,
get
I think
bitched at
that's
for it all the
I
time.
think that's
too.
Pittsburghese. Honestly, everybody
Well,
has
no,
that.
that's a product of my environment. I'll tell you
Yeah,
that right
hell
now.
yeah, it's a
Oh.
product of your
That's like
environment.
my work environment because that's I work with
Well,
all
I'm
guys.
telling you,
That's how it
Pittsburgh-
is.
Everything's
Pittsburghese.
just
You
fucking
you pick it up for being
See,
around.
now, if you worked with all gays, would you be sucking dick?
Yeah, you would.
Instead of saying fucking?
Maybe,
Oh,
but
is
that's
it?
how
Are you a product? Oh,
He
are you a
would,
product of
maybe.
your environment?
He could be. He just said he
Maybe.
I
was.
just said I am.
Oh,
I'm just
shit.
saying.
Yeah,
So
there you
don't
go.
surround yourself with a lot of cocksuckers. if you
Don't
want to
do
suck
that.
cock. I agree.
I
I
could.
don't know.
I mean, it could happen.
True story.
Temptation
Why
is a
are we-
motherfucker.
All right, why are we back? on
It's the
this?
truth, though. You just
I
said
don't know.
it.
I just
hilarious.
couldn't
Full
resist.
circle. Full
Couldn't
circle.
help
We
it.
have came full
He
circle.
couldn't help on
Literally,
Came.
he fucking came
Bam.
everywhere.
Full
Bam.
Everywhere.
that. Circle jerk.
Right over his
Wow.
ass.
Wow.
That's what that comment.
Are
That's
we,
what this
are we
whole
really gonna
conversation
are we
was.
really gonna end on that?
We really are gonna end on
Title
that.
ad.
I just ended.
Is it circle jerk or jerking in circle? Title.
It's Jircle Cerk.
It's jerkle.
Jircles.
It's a
Jircle
jerkle.
All right, peace out, guys. It was
Yep.
good having you.
All right, brothers.
Later,
Thanks
man.
for having us.
Yep. See you guys.
Zoom, Dad, zoom. One anti-gravity floor coming up. Zoom.
5.